muted.
Yep. God damn it. There we go.
Are we sure it's me with the audio issues?
Yeah, right. So given her druthers, Vish has got her druthers on her. Given her druthers, Vish is always going to pick the Gogeta opening. So this is the way, right? It's that's just how it has to happen. So hey, Doc Dino, welcome back.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So hey everyone, excuse me. It's Friday afternoon on the 26th of June already. Wow. And it's 2:00 here on the Pacific Coast. My name is Kip Davis. I'm a biblical scholar and a specialist in early Judaism and the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I stream Fridays at 2:00 to talk about the Bible and relevant topics related to the Bible. And that's just what we like to do here. So welcome. And today we are joined by our special guest, Doc Dino. I'm looking for the applause. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to see you. I hope you're doing well.
Been doing pretty all right.
That's good. And Vish is here, you guys. This is fun because Doc Dino was here a month ago, I think, right?
3 weeks a month, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Vish was at like a wedding, and so she wasn't here for that one. But she's here today, and I'm kind of excited to share some of your dinosaur knowledge and expertise, as well as the stupidity and nonsense from young Earth creationists with Vish. So I'm, you're no stranger to this stuff, Vish, but it's not something. I mean, I guess we do some of this on Dapper's channel, but it's like doing a Dapper show without Dapper. Weird. So
That's funny. Dapper will be on my channel tomorrow, actually.
Oh wow!
So maybe I've stolen him away from you.
Well, I mean, Dapper's only ever been on my channel once, so probably not. And I don't know. I need an excuse to invite him back, but when you're a Bible channel, there's not that many occasions to invite a dinosaur onto your channel. So it just it's so. But anyways. Here we are with you. There's a whole bunch of people already in the audience. It's good to see you guys. Victoria is here, and John, and allegedly Fred. So there's no convincing evidence of the actual existence in history of a Noah or his ark. McKink, anything being on said non-existent ark rather unlikely. Yeah, probably. That sounds about right. David Sinclair is here. So are dinosaurs kosher or not? We need to know whether to build the Ark 14 brachiosaurs or just 2. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just it depends on, because there's just a very wide range of dinosaurs, and there are
most dinosaurs are not of the avian dinosaurs. Some are.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, what does an animal have to have in order to be kosher? Like, what are the requirements?
Needs to be ruminant, split hooves, chew cud, and it can't be a pig because they have split hooves but they don't chew cud. Can't be a rabbit because they chew cud but they don't have hooves. Mm-hmm. So, if you're a fish, you need to have scales and fins. So catfish is out, doesn't have scales. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, out of the birds, there's a list of no-nos, and there's been various discussions about chickens. I personally think chickens are fine. And yeah, it's not really that complicated if you just read the text. It's all of the centuries of litigating what counts and what doesn't that makes it complicated, but I don't really hold to a lot of that. So
lots of that litigation. So yeah, as you can tell, yes, the answer is not simple. We already have a super chat here from Jeremiah for 199. Has labeled this stream Vishosaurus. So that's good. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, just going through the roll call here. It's good to see. Oh, Prixie is stoked. That's good, because a little bit more science this time around than what we're used to. Good to see you, Almost Susan. Is that really true? Dapper has only been, yes, it's true, only once, and the one and only time Dapper was here, it was like an emergency stream because he got his channel got shut down for like a few weeks, and he and I were scheduled. Yes,
actually, it's twice, because that one that one I didn't really count as emergency. The one I was thinking of is he and I crashed one of your Saturday streams.
Now that you mention it, because I forgot about those. I forgot about the Saturday streams. He's actually been on my channel 3 times, because he was on for very briefly for another Saturday stream that you were not in attendance for. So he was only on for like 15 or 20 minutes, but still. So yeah, okay. So he's been here like 3 times, which is more than oh yes, that's, oh god, listen, you guys are making a liar out of me. Holy cow.
Let every man be found a liar.
Yes. So yeah, he moderated the Diablo Critics once when David McDonald was unavailable and Vish was unavailable. So yeah. Wow. Okay. So the dinosaur's been here a bunch of times. My mistake. Tree Climb Tab for $2. Yeah. For $2 says switching dinosaurs in days. Very confusing. Yeah, right. It is. It's because usually, you know, Vish and I are on with Dapper on Saturday on a different channel too. So it's yeah. All right. Well, do you want to, maybe for those who weren't here last time, Doc Dino, let us know who you are and where you are and what you do.
Who is your daddy, or what does he do?
Well, I can answer a few of those things. I'm Doc Dino. I also talk about creationists, but I usually focus on things like dinosaurs and geology, paleontology and geology, which are what my degree is in. I have a bachelor's degree in geology with a paleontology focus, and I am trying to go back to grad school for a master's degree, but it is kind of hard to get in right now. But I am going back to school this fall. Just going to be doing other things. But yeah, I do creationism, anti-creationism stuff. But I am trying to get into more educational content. It's just harder to script and edit those kind of videos. Or at least I'm finding it harder.
It's true. The scripting and the editing of videos is something that I struggle to find the time for myself. So my hope is that in my new season of life, after I'm moving in at the end of July, beginning of August. So I'm hoping after I've moved and I'm set up in a new place that I'll be able to commit more time and energy to that. So yeah, but for now, this is kind of what it is. It takes a lot to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, so the last time you were here, we looked at a presentation, a church presentation from Jason Lyle who is an astronomer. I think I got that right, didn't I, Vish? Jason Lyle is an astronomer.
Astrophysicist.
Oh, is he an
Astrophysicist.
he's an astrophysicist. Wow.
I think so, but I could be wrong.
Guys, I do a show on Saturday nights called Budget Scripture Saturday, and I have 2 co-hosts, and one of my co-hosts is an astrophysicist. I don't know if you knew this. Dr. Tapioca Weasel, the famous trench coat weasels, astrophysicist trench coat weasels, trench coat astrophysicist weasels. Excuse me. So, and he loves it when I talk about his expertise in astrophysics. I wonder if he's
and
here.
magnets.
And magnets, yes. He's big on the magnets. Yeah, that's right. India Moore is the famous astrophysicist. He also is a magnetologist. Yeah. So I guess Jason Lyle, astrophysicist then. Okay. Who seems to think he knows a lot for an astrophysicist about dinosaurs and the Bible, and I've seen some other things that he's done, and it seems like he seems to think he also knows a lot about philosophy. So I've noticed, but yeah, that astrophysics degree of his is apparently carrying him far. That's what I'm seeing. So
It is. He likes to talk outside of his field quite a bit, which is something that you should probably avoid doing when you can. I am not going to lecture you about the Bible, but I will talk to you literally all day about rocks.
Sure. Yeah. Likewise, I'm happy to hear about rocks and to talk about them, but I will defer to you, good sir, because you know this shit and I don't. So that's kind of how this works, right? Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed Katie Lewis says here she thinks that he maybe believes that baptism confers an automatic PhD in theology. There's a lot of guys like that, so it seems. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We'll just continue with the video that we started watching the last time Doc Dino was here, and we spent quite a bit of time in the video at first talking about Behemoth and Leviathan in the book of Job, and why these are definitely not dinosaurs, as Jason Lyle seems to think, and talked a little bit about what they probably actually are. But right now, I think with the video, I think the next place we're going is talking about Noah's Ark. So, yeah, and and dinosaurs on Noah's Ark. So, I'm sure there's going to be lots of things that you'll have to share with us and teach us about, because I assume you know all about the dinosaurs that were on Noah's Ark.
Yes, there were quite a few that are very well studied.
Awesome. Cool. So maybe if there's nothing else, we'll pull up the video and we'll start looking at this.
Sounds good to me.
People knew about flying reptiles as well. Were dinosaurs on Noah's Ark then? That's the question that people ask. And then, of course, would they fit? Would be the follow-up.
The flying serpents that are
Genesis
definitely pterosaurs.
He actually talks at a reasonable pace.
Does that mean we
never
can
had to,
leave it at
watch it on
regular
normal.
speed, or are we watching it on normal then today?
I'm
Nice.
very glad, because most of the time people just take forever.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
like
do too.
these people are like Ents from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Yes.
8
guilty
and
as
9,
charged.
right? Of clean animals and animals that are not clean and everything that creeps on the ground. Yeah, that would include dinosaurs, wouldn't it? They're part of everything that creeps on the ground. There went into the ark to Noah by twos, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. Yeah, they would have been on the ark. And this is where the critics really mock us, right? Because there's no way you could possibly get dinosaurs on board Noah's.
Is that why? Is that why the critics mock you? Because the dinosaurs wouldn't fit on the ark? Is that the reason?
I mean,
I don't
there's
know.
a few reasons.
Did he steal this picture from Kent Hovind?
It does
This
look
looks
very
like a-
familiar.
Really doofy cartoon that you would use.
Right? But this does remind me though. Maybe it's worthwhile. Because as he was talking about the text there in Genesis, it's 7, right? So it's probably worthwhile looking at this just quickly before moving on, because like this is not an unproblematic text, and this is and you probably I suspect
About to say, hey, how did Noah what was clean and unclean if Moses wasn't even born yet?
well there's that. There's other issues with the text here too though. It's a good point
Like-
though, Vish.
2s in one passage and then 2s and 7s in the other. It's like,
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So he's pretty selective here in terms of how he's. Let's see. Let's go back to this is the line of Noah. I think this is the end of chapter 6, right? So, make for yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make it is my thing on the stage yet? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Make it with compartments and cover it inside and out with pitch. So these are the instructions for building the ark. He's going to bring
Also,
a flood.
I don't know if you want to mention briefly about gopher, the gopher wood. It's just transliterated. We don't actually know what gopher wood is.
Correct.
It's not
I'll
talking
just
about
go back
gopher
to-
like the
it's-
animal. It's just
No.
spelled gopher.
Yeah. It's this word here. It's atse gopher. So, and we have no idea what educated guesses at best on what gopher is in Hebrew. So, type of wood apparently.
I thought I'd heard somewhere that it could be translated to like either reeds or papyrus.
Nope.
I don't remember where I heard that from.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
There's a word for
There's-
reeds. Suf.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I wouldn't. It's interesting. So all right.
Pirates
so
would kind of be shitty to build an ark out of, though. I don't know that
out of
that's
reeds,
wrong.
right? Yeah.
Out of reeds, or I mean papyrus, though. But hey, I could be wrong. It might be a super strong material.
Again,
Could
no
be.
idea where I heard that from, but I remember hearing it somewhere.
Yeah. So here we have in chapter 6, verse 19, from all that lives of all flesh, you shall take 2 of each into the ark to keep alive with you. They shall be male and female. And then he says, from birds of every kind, cattle of every kind of creeping thing on the earth, 2 of each shall come to you to stay alive. And then, and I believe that's what he read, isn't it? Where verses 19 and 20 in chapter 6. So 2 of all flesh, male and female, to keep alive with you in the ark, including birds, cattle, and every creeping thing on the earth. And then later on in chapter 7, we discover this. Of every pure animal, you shall take 7 pairs, male and female mates, and of every animal that is not pure, 2 male and female mates. Of the birds of the sky, also 7 pairs, male and female, to keep seed alive upon the earth. So the question right at the outset is, well, which is it here? Are we taking just a pair of every kind of animal and birds and creeping thing, or 7 pairs of pure animals and 2 of every, like what is going on here? Interesting that Jason Lyle missed this little bit. So for those who are,
Chapter
go
7
ahead.
feels like priestly source.
Yeah, it does.
So can I ask,
Yes.
if I recall correctly, when the Bible refers to a bird, it includes bats, right? It basically just
Mhm.
means flying thing.
Flying
like
thing,
winged.
yeah. Winged,
So would it
winged
count?
creature.
So would it count
So-
pterosaurs as birds?
If
Birds.
they
for
ever
this?
saw one, yes.
Well,
which they
yes, but,
Because it's got
But
wings, flappy wings in it.
but I'm going with like the young Earth creationist, understanding of like all the all the dinosaurs and things had to be on the ark because there are some massive pterosaurs.
Yeah.
There are a few that are literally the size of giraffes.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
sure you want 7
Wow.
pairs of those on the ark.
Yeah, that's the one from they discovered in South America, right? Has a really cool name. Don't tell me I used to know what this was off the top of my head.
There's
Ah.
a few of them. The largest ones right now, it's either Quetzalcoatlus or
That's it.
Hatzegopteryx.
Yeah,
Quetzalcoatlus is
Quetzalcoatlus.
known from the southern U.S. Hatzegopteryx is from Romania, and there's a few others scattered all over the world.
Oh, look at
Look at
that
that.
thing.
Look at
Wow.
that big old boy.
Yeah, that's life size.
Yep.
So
That's,
going by
uh,
this, you'd need 7
Pre-urge.
pairs
Yep.
of these.
No, duh, they took babies. They just put them in an
Oh, the
egg.
babies. They took the little babies and eggs. That's how you do it.
Babies with no parents to feed them, raise them, incubate.
But all the-
Nah, don't
all
need any of that.
All the people,
Mm.
Vish, there was like 6 of them, 8 of them on the ark to do all. I mean, they were all there doing all the work. So it's fine. It's
Without
fine.
an HVAC system, obviously.
Yeah.
Are bats kosher? No. Okay.
So wouldn't you only need 7 pairs if they were clean?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
but still taking 2 of each type of bird in that classification. There's multiple types of
Yeah.
birds in that system. So
So,
I don't know if they're taking eggs, if they're taking little babies, whatever, in their busted model.
I mean, didn't the passage say they walk to the ark, so they can't be eggs?
Actually, yeah.
I can't
let
wait
me-
to use that the next time someone starts quoting Kent Hovind.
And I
Let me
mean, the
double
thing
check
is,
that.
like, even
God,
if,
like, brought them or prompted them to go
like
get on the
even
boat.
if they
so-
were babies on the ark, like, depending on the species of sauropod you're talking about, they could
That's
put
it.
on
You just passed
well over
Mhm.
a ton in weight in their first year of life.
Yeah.
Or like a massive, absurd amount of mass.
Yeah, and they were on that boat for months and months, allegedly.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, it
That's
just says 2 by 2 they came to Noah,
Mhm.
to the ark,
Into the
male
ark,
and
yeah.
just just as God had commanded Noah. So that's they came to Noah. I mean, I guess somebody, if you're gonna be I guess somebody could say, well, it's very vague. It doesn't say how they came to Noah.
It's vague when they need
But-
it to be and detailed when they need it to not be.
It sure
Yeah.
is, right? Yeah, it's that's how this goes. So, but
Mhm.
all that to say, yeah, it's not just people aren't making fun of you just because dinosaurs are big.
That's the only reason.
That's it.
I mean, dinosaurs were huge after all. It's interesting to me, though, because it seems to me there's two questions you would have to ask in order to make this argument that you can't possibly get all the animals, including the dinosaurs, on board Noah's Ark. You'd have to know two things. First of all, how big was Noah's Ark? And then secondly, how many animals would have to go on board? And how much space would they take up? And the critics who say you can't possibly get all those dinosaurs on Noah's Ark, when I asked them that question, do you know how big Noah's Ark was?
Not that
Most of them
big.
can't answer it, despite the fact the Bible does give that information. And then I ask how many animals would have to go on board? Two of each
Checkmate.
kind, but how many is that? Is it 1,000? Is it 1,000,000? How do you know? You know what? They usually don't know that either. They say, yeah, I guess I don't know that, but I still think you can't get all those animals on board Noah's Ark.
I will just,
Folks,
I'll
that
just
is not
point out
a
again.
logical objection.
I'll just point out again. Two of every kind. If you're, depending on which source you're reading, or two of everything but clean animals, of which then you need 7 pairs. So like 14 of each of the clean animals is so. Jason Lyle is being just very selective, just a very selective reader here. As
But also he's like, did you know how big the ark was? I can name the dimensions. Checkmate, atheists.
yeah, right.
And he's going to be like, oh, it's this many cubits. And then if I have any cash near me, I would put $1 of US currency down on him immediately going into a headcanon about how big was the cubit. Because that's what Kent Hovind does. He's like, oh, well, there were giants on the earth in those days.
That's
So
true.
he thinks they had really extremely big cubits. And that's how he gets around not enough space. It's just headcanon. He just made it up. So I'm anxious to see if this guy does it as well. Because that's a very common tactic. Demonic cubit. Yeah, that's... we know how big the Egyptian cubit was. We know approximately how big the cubit was that people used. But, you need a big boat, so you got to have headcanon about big humans. Noah was a giant, allegedly. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say
The idea that you can't possibly
different
fit an
cultures
unknown
have
number of animals on a
different
boat of
sizes?
unknown
Sorry,
size.
hold on.
That's not
Vish.
logical.
Say what?
Didn't different cultures have different measurements of cubits too?
Yeah, I think so, but it probably, I mean, from the perspective of the biblical author, it probably was the Egyptian cubit. So
Okay.
it's yeah,
I don't think there was a huge difference between
not really.
various
They're all pretty
Levantine
close.
or Mesopotamian cubits. I don't think they
Yeah.
varied by a whole lot. Maybe a few inches at most, but
If that. So yeah.
but I mean,
Okay.
look that up. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a cubit expert.
Right? They're just speculating. Noah's Ark was huge. First of all, the Bible gives the dimension in cubits. Cubit is the distance from your elbow to the tip of your hand. Now, that's a little different for different people, but it's around 18 inches, 1.5 feet. That's a cubit. And the ark's 300 cubits by 50 by 30. Even if you assume the smallest possible cubit of 17.5 inches, this would be the minimum possible size of Noah's Ark. It was probably a bit bigger than that. It's probably 450 feet by 75 by 45. That would be more realistic. And there are larger cubits too, so it could have been even bigger than that. The real Ark had the same capacity as 522 railroad stock cars. Ever seen the train at the intersection? Ever count the cars? I've never counted 522. That's a lot. God gave Noah the instructions on how to build the ark, at least the dimensions, and perhaps other information that's not recorded, but we know at least the dimensions were recorded.
That's
300
it.
cubits by 50 by 30.
We know
That's
we
the
know the
headcanon.
dimensions. Yeah.
And maybe some stuff that wasn't recorded. Okay.
It's just
Secret knowledge.
it's such a painfully vague description, right, of the of the ark. I'll just I'm just gonna bring this back so that we're clear here. Going back to chapter 6 here, where he gives the dimensions Make for yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make it an ark with compartments. Cover it inside and out with pitch. That's important. It'll, make it float. This is how you shall make it. The
Waterproof.
length of the ark should be 300 cubits. Its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make an opening for daylight in the ark. And there's this weird phrase here, which is translated in the JPS as terminate it within a cubit of the top. Put the entrance to the ark on its side. Make it with bottom, second, and third decks. And that's it. That is literally that's all the information we get about it.
3 stories or 3 decks and 1 sunlight opening.
And a door. And
And
you're
a
done.
door on the side.
That's
Which
it.
may or may not be above the water line when it floats.
Right?
So,
Yeah. Well, you got to make, I guess, yeah.
Not even saying how thick
I
the
wonder if
walls
they-
have to be too.
No.
Like that would eat into your volume.
None of that.
I
So-
did want to bring up his slide again.
Yeah.
So gross tonnage, and no one cares because you don't know how thick the walls were. 125,280 sheep-size animals. My man, where are you putting the food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you putting clean, fresh water? Because if this is a worldwide flood, are they just drinking like water regardless of salinity? Because that's a real quick way to dehydrate.
Also, I think too, like it's not just about the animal's size. Like some smaller animals need a little bit more room than other smaller animals just to survive, right?
I mean, animals in general do. They don't do well with being cooped up in
Yeah.
tiny spaces. No animal does.
No, exactly. Yeah. Did I think I've told this story on this show before, but when my kids were little and my wife was working, she was working evenings, and she left to go to work. She came home from work one night and she came inside and she's like, I need your help because I brought a chicken home with me. And she's and I'm like, what is going on? And so yes, like full grown chicken that couldn't walk, and she found him, at the side of the road, just on the shoulder of the overpass, to go onto the highway. And she saw this chicken sitting on the side of the road when she left for work. She worked her whole shift and she came home and had the thought, I wonder if that chicken is still there. And sure enough, sitting in exactly the same place. And she just walked out and picked him up and put him in the car because he's like a roaster chicken who spent his entire life, in a little coop. Had no idea how to use her legs, right? Didn't know how to walk. So yeah, learned how to walk and do chicken things over the course of the next several days or weeks when she was living with us. So animals don't do great and they're stuck. And especially if he's talking about babies, right? He's talking about taking baby animals with him on the ark, and you're going to coop them up for a year. Like, this sounds like a bad idea. Really does.
Yeah.
Sounds bad.
I don't think any of these people have ever lived on a farm or a
No.
ranch.
No, right?
Because that's the kind of stuff that people who have never done animal husbandry would say.
Yeah.
Once Kent Hovind was asked how kangaroos came from the ark in Mesopotamia to Australia, he really answered, they hopped. I mean, unless you go with the guy who thinks that they surfed on vegetation mats.
Mm,
Or
mhm.
perhaps we're even, platypus may have been launched out of a volcano. We don't know for sure. You could have suborbital platypi.
Suborbital
Think
platypi
about
sounds like a fun band name.
Yeah, that was a running joke
Yeah.
for a while on Dapper's channel, is suborbital platypus, because there were just stupid creationist arguments about, did they surf on a reed mat? Did they walk? How long did it take them? Why did they go there instead of other places on the earth? It's all very silly and ad hoc. So,
It's
oh
true.
yeah. No, he says that they have soft hands because they don't do
Oh,
manual labor. They've
soft
never
hands.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Soft hands. Yeah. Like, humans couldn't have built this. They couldn't have carved this. They couldn't have... Soft hands. Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Mhm.
All right.
Be more realistic. And there are larger qubits too, so it could have been even bigger than that. The real arc had the same capacity as 522 railroad stock cars. Ever seen the train at the intersection? Ever count the cars? I've never counted.
Americans will use anything but the metric system.
522. That's a lot. God gave Noah the instructions on how to build the ark, at least the dimensions, and perhaps other information that's not recorded, but we know at least the dimensions were recorded. 300 cubits by 50 by 30. But was it big enough to hold all the animals, and how many animals would that be? Now, 2 of each kind, but people get confused here. Because, you see, Noah didn't have to bring 2 Dalmatians and 2 Deerhounds and 2 Beagles and 2 Border Collies and 2 Golden Retrievers. You can get all those breeds. Oh, those breeds are recent. Golden Retrievers didn't exist 200 years ago. You see, all Noah needed was 2 dogs. And you can get all those breeds later. That's not a problem.
Well,
So, and sometimes you can even get different species. There's still this.
Where
I
did they put
mean-
the Maine wolves?
I was going to say there's even 6,000, because that's what we're talking about here, right? Are we talking 6,000 years ago, or is it 4,000 years ago?
4,400
4,000. Yeah. Okay. So
Mhm.
4,000, 5,000 years ago, there were still, ancient varieties of dogs, right?
Yeah.
They didn't all just pop up. Every single breed of dog didn't just all pop up, within the last the last 4,000 years. There's a much longer, more complicated history than that. I even know that, and I don't know shit about this stuff.
They always use the dog example. They always use dogs as the example. And because that seems plausible, it makes the whole thing seem plausible. But I don't want to know about dogs. Those are too easy. Tell me about the freaking platypus. Tell me about Mustelidae, like the otters and the weasels and whatever. Tell me about horses and pachyderms. I need to know about those things. Did he take a mammoth and an African elephant? Or did he just take one that looked vaguely sort of kind of like each? And why? Did a mammoth walk all the way to the ark? Or was the fur, the woolly stuff, a development later and then they just went extinct anyway?
I mean, even just sticking with dog-like animals, you could just stick with Canidae. And how many kinds are we dealing with there? Because there's a lot of species of wild dogs and foxes. And I mean, obviously he wouldn't deal with this or he'd just hand wave it away, but we could estimate their divergence times from their mutation rates. And we can test those with ancestral specimens, stuff fossils we find. If they're young enough, we can test their proteins, see how they hold up to the modern day ones. And there's just not enough time, even between I think it's the maned wolf and the South American bush dog. They're each other's closest living relatives. They look nothing like each other. They're completely wild. And they diverged about 2 million years ago.
Mm-hmm. But this is what Mind Phaser is saying. To see, evolution cannot happen over millions of years, only thousands. And that's one of the main problems with their model, is that if you have a sort of archetype animal, it requires hyper evolution in order to get to where we are now. Like, it has to go plaid in order for us to get where we were by the time these texts are being written. Like, every new generation would have to look like a completely different species. And they don't believe that that can happen. So...
And like, I know it's bad enough with elephants. Like, there is literally, I don't think there is enough time for you to get all of our extinct elephantid species, even with a new species every generation. Like, sauropods are even worse. Like, sauropods would take even longer to mature. There are even more species of sauropods, and they are far more divergent. Like, they're far more different than at least most elephantids are to each other.
What kind
and
does
that's
the
one
Dimetrodon
dinosaur
fit
group.
into? How many dinosaurs or, prehistoric creatures do we know of that have the big fins on their back?
Okay, so that's a weird thing. That's evolved multiple times in a lot of different lineages. For some reason, a lot of animals get sails on their backs. Dimetrodon's a big example, but there were others from around the same time, like a Dilophosaurus. There's an archosaur from the Triassic called Arizonasaurus. There's an amphibian that had it that I cannot remember off the top of my head. It's like this tiny, adorable frog-like thing with a sail.
That's cool.
Well, that sounds cute.
Depending on how far you want to even stretch it, like, you could say there are mammals that have it, but they're usually covered in muscle. Like bison basically have a huge sail of vertebrae on their back. Okay, what's that amphibian thing? It's bothering me. Because I know what it is. Platyhystrix.
Oh, okay.
It's this tiny little frog-looking goober.
God, now I need someone to find a picture of this.
They're very cool.
Of this thing.
I got it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's see.
Look at this dumb
Look
little
at that
doofus.
dude.
Oh, that's so cute. Look at that guy.
Look at that dude.
He's got his sail on his back looks like
Shell.
it looks like I used to have what do you call those fish? The great big things that sit on the bottom. Plecostomus. I used to have a couple of Plecostomus fish, and they had the sails that they had on their backs look very much like that. That's super cool.
Oh, but the thing is, it's not even the weirdest thing with like stuff on its back.
Right.
Here is Longasquama. This is
Whoa.
some kind of reptile from the Triassic.
Wow.
Those aren't bones. Like, they're analogous to scales. They're just super long.
Interesting.
We don't know
Wow.
why.
What the heck? Animals are very weird.
They are
This
very
looks like something out of
strange.
a Spec Evo project.
Yeah,
It
right.
really
What the
does.
heck?
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, so we need 2 of those, right? On the art.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
just 2. They couldn't fly with those things, I think.
Peacock lizard.
Yes, exactly.
So before we continue, there's another super chat here from Tree Clem Tad. What use has a god of an ark? No, the other kind. So thanks. Thanks, Dad.
But
Same kind.
what use is an ark
speak
to a
happens.
non-believer? Is that
So
is that the
we
Kanye
think the
quote?
two
Okay, you're gonna have to like project a little because I didn't know at first you were talking.
Oh, nothing. I was making a reference to a Kanye quote of all things, but we can skip it.
Yeah, please.
That guy kind of sucks anyway.
Dogs on board Noah's Ark would have been kind of like the wolf variety. And then through selectively breeding them throughout history, you can end up with all kinds of varieties of dog.
I know
It's
this
just
isn't
that
your field,
easy.
but just in case there are biologists in the chat, I want to know if you can get from what he just called a wolf to a maned wolf, which, by the way, isn't a wolf. It's just called that. My guess is no, but
not directly. I mean, it depends on what kind of wolf you're talking about, but no.
like he just thinks everything that sort of kind of looks like a dog came from a prototypical wolf thing. And there are animals that look like dogs that are not descended from like wolves. So
I mean, hyenas.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Hmm.
Ugh.
It's the same with the dinosaurs, because there are hundreds, probably over 1,000 now, dinosaur names. But a lot of those are the same kind. Consider
No.
the ceratopsian kind.
Oh,
So you have Triceratops, Eoceratops, Pachyrhinoceros, Torosaurus.
No.
These are probably all the same
No.
kind.
are these? Yes, help us out.
No.
Help us out, Doc Dino.
Gladly. Like so here's the thing. He's mixing up, I believe, he's mixing up families here. He's mixing up different families and different tribes. Also, a lot of these are weird. I'm not sure if they're stylized or AI generated, but they don't look right. So within the group Ceratopsia, there are three main branches. There's the Leptoceratopsids, which are small.
I see
weird
that.
things.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah,
in the middle
Leptoceratops.
on the left there. Leptoceratops.
They're like goat, sheep-sized things that rarely get any horns, but they get these big old chompers, and they look gross. They're horrible, disgusting animals. And then the other ceratopsians are within their own group, Ceratopsidae, and they're split into the Chasmosaurines and Centrosaurines.
Oh, I see
there's a
both
bit
of
of-
those on there too.
There's a bit of
There's
overlap
a-
in how they look, but the Chasmosaurines typically have 3 horns and like a big frill, and the Centrosaurines typically have 1 or 2 horns and a smaller frill. Those are just rough guidelines. They're not always accurate. But there are at least 3 distinct groups. Like I said, you have 2 families in there, and then one family is split into 2 tribes. They're very distinct. Like very, very distinct. You cannot get all of the ceratopsian variation within a few thousand years. Probably even if you change species every generation. There's just too much different. Not only in head orientation, but there's differences in the bodies. Like there are distinct body types within Ceratopsidae. It's a mess. But they do look vaguely similar if you only look at the head and don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I see.
This
All
guy
right.
doesn't.
Ah,
That's another thing is like the Leptoceratops. They were small, like sheep size,
Yeah.
right? Give or take. And from this diagram, you would think all of these are pretty big because dinosaurs are big, according to the young Earth creationists. And
or at least all relatively the same size.
all relatively close.
right?
And
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, having seen Ceratopsian skulls in the LA museum, like Natural History Museum, some of those are taller than me. Like I'm
I
about
think
5'6" and it's like
I
those
think-
things are freaking huge.
I think the record is 7 or 8 feet long for a Torosaurus skull up in the top right.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
I
measuring
had-
from the
Holy
beak to the tip
cow.
of the frill.
Yeah, and
Holy
like I had
cow.
no idea the scale of some of these because when you read them in the little picture books and all the other stuff, you don't really get a sense of it. And even with Jurassic Park, you're like, wow, that's pretty big. But some of the skulls that I saw, I was like, oh wait, no, that's even bigger. This is crazy.
So yeah, it feels
Yeah,
like that would be
hang on, I got a
useful
visual.
to know, right?
Yeah.
But
That's why
but
these guys are dishonest.
the thing is, like within ceratopsians, yeah, you have the goat-sized animals, you have stuff the size of an elephant,
God, eh?
and then there's a whole slew
Look at
in
that.
between.
Look at that dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is huge. It's like the whole skull is the size of like one of those little guys.
Bigger.
Yeah.
If not bigger. Yeah,
Bigger.
right?
Yeah.
Bigger.
Wow.
It's
Sorry.
it's uncomfortable how big animals were and are.
Yeah.
Babies. Yeah, exactly.
And-
What would a baby look like for this? Because if you've ever seen like a newborn giraffe or a newborn elephant calf, they're big. They are born big
born-
already. So even if you're like,
Aw.
hey, cute babies, they're not
They
like
probably grow
teeny tiny pocket size.
pretty fast too, right? Like they're not going to be
um,
the same size for the whole duration of the trip, I would think.
Some animals
Not all-
mature
not
a
all.
little
Depends.
quicker, but it depends on the animal as to
Yeah.
like how their size increases
I would
over a year.
I would have to look up the exact growth rates. I know most dinosaurs would have grown to adulthood within 10 years. Most dinosaurs. The tricky thing is when you start to get bigger, because a lot of dinosaurs seem to have grown bigger by basically just extending their period of growth.
Hmm.
And here's a skull of a baby Triceratops compared to an adult Triceratops, and a baby Chasmosaurus compared to an adult Chasmosaurus.
Bruh.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you translate that into freedom units so that people in the United States can get a sense
So
of
this
scale?
one's about 25-30 inches long, I think. And this is 4 to 5 feet.
Woo!
Maybe closer to 6 feet,
Woo, come on.
I think.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yes.
How many
Ceratopsian
football
ontogeny
stadiums
is
is this?
really, really weird. Ontogeny is the process by which an organism grows up. They start out small with huge eyes like a lot of babies. They seem to be born with horns, or at least they develop them very quickly after
Little
being born,
knobs.
and a tiny little shelf back here.
No.
As they grow, their horns, at least in Triceratops, their horns curl backwards at first. So they're like this, if the frill's back here. Then as they grow, the pattern of growth changes. So they keep that curved tip, and then it lengthens this way. So they
What?
recurve.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
weird.
School
And
buses.
I cannot give the name yet, but a friend of mine is actually doing his master's thesis, or he's like doing a publication on ceratopsian horns, like how they evolved and how they would have been used to fight.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I really hope it gets published soon.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like
Just
this
the
is just the head. That's
Yeah.
just the
Mhm.
head. Like if you have a 2.5 foot baby head, how much more is the body? And that's a baby. That's what they're like, oh, they're broke babies. Again, some animals have huge babies. Like a baby
yeah.
elephant, it could just crush you if it wanted to. They're like big puppies. If they lay down on you, you're just trapped. So
At birth, most large dinosaurs would have been about the size of a small dog. Like think a wiener dog.
cute.
Maybe a little bit bigger, depending on the exact breed. The thing is, they grow fast. Like I said, a lot of dinosaur species probably reached adulthood within 10 years, some within 8 years. But the sauropods are going to kill everything because within the first year of life, a lot of estimates put a lot of sauropods at growing over 1,000 pounds in a single year.
Bruh.
That requires so much food for one baby.
That was exactly where we were going. A 1,200-pound cow eats about 10,000 pounds of dry food in a year. Some of these animals are going to need several times their own weight in food, not to mention the volume their food would also take up.
Not to mention that most sauropods probably couldn't process things like grass, so hay is probably out the window.
Oh wow!
You would need
like
you would
trees?
need a lot of stuff that. Yeah.
You just need to bring the whole tree with you, or figure out a way to. Yeah, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I have it. I get it.
Okay.
I know why we can't find the ark. They made it out of gopher wood, and they covered it with pitch so that it would take longer for the ceratopsians to eat through it.
Here's the thing: with one exception, with one group exception, dinosaurs couldn't chew. Their jaws just aren't equipped to do that. The only dinosaurs that could actually really chew are your duckbills. So they could probably handle hay okay. Everything else would be chopping and grinding up their food, in a single bite, and just wouldn't be able to mash and masticate grass.
Yeah, because
we do know that some sauropods ate some grass, but I can't imagine it was a huge part of their diet.
But yeah, it's look at these heads right here. Notice the lack of teeth.
Right.
If you want animals to chew, they need some kind of something to help grind it down or whatever. That's the photo quality. There are teeth back here. They have toothless beaks, but they do have teeth. But ceratopsian teeth are designed to chop. Oh, okay.
Here's. Let me get a visual. Okay, Google, come on.
The T-Rex ate watermelons.
Yeah, right. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There's a Triceratops.
Oh, yeah, those are choppy. Those are not grindy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what other nonsense
before
he comes up with.
Continue, we've got India Moore's 175 for $4.99 says, so when does the plot of The Land Before Time occur canonically in the Bible? This is one of these parts where you just have to kind of mash it into the space. I guess you pick a gap. I guess you do that.
Gap theory, but for Land Before Time.
That's it. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, they're all what we call the ceratopsian kind. Think of these as different breeds of dog. And you can get those through. We understand enough about genetics to know how it's possible to get these different varieties. It's not a problem. It's not evolution. It's just
who was selectively breeding ceratopsian?
This is evolution. This is hyper evolution, my guy.
Dinotopia is not a documentary. I'm sorry. I wish it was.
Harness the power of Dino Riders. Yeah, the Land Before Time source. There you go. That's right.
So although there are hundreds and hundreds of dinosaur names, we think there's only about 60 dinosaur kinds.
Okay.
60 that God created that are genetically unique, that are not related to other kinds.
Okay.
And so how many dinosaurs would have been on board Noah's Ark? 120. Give or take. And estimates have been done. John Woodmarappy did a study where he calculated the approximate number of animals that would have to go on Noah's Ark. And he's making some assumptions about what level.
Famous scientist John Woodmarappy famous paleontologist John Woodmarappy.
Yeah, what field was he in?
It was a biblical scholar, I believe.
Interesting.
Theology.
Also,
he was a theologian.
These numbers are cute. I want to see the work. How did he get there?
Yeah,
Show me your
right.
work.
Yeah.
Also, what are you counting as a bird versus a reptile? Because birds are reptiles.
Birds are reptiles. Yes.
Well, the kind lines up at, but he's being generous to the critics. This would be the sort of the larger estimate. Mammals, a lot of mammals on board Noah's Ark, and they take up quite a bit of space. Birds, a lot of birds, but they don't take up very much space. Reptiles, including the dinosaurs.
I noticed one category that is quite obviously missing here. Not the placentals, the marsupials. Every
I mean,
marsupial.
I'm guessing they would be subsumed into mammals.
The
Guessing.
non-placental
But
mammals.
how?
Is that, yeah.
Yeah, like again, marsupials. They have their own little like thing for a reason because they're not perfect mammals. They're definitely not reptiles, and they're not birds.
But also, wait, is 4,602 a multiple of 7? It is not. So the math's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well, those are just types. Those are
yes.
types of animal. That's not number.
No, I think
the total
this is
number of
individuals.
animals.
I think this is supposed to
I
be
don't think
individuals.
those are individuals, but I don't know. You know what? Let me rewind it and see how he explains this real quick. Maybe I missed something.
Where he calculated the approximate number of animals that would have to go on
Okay, so
Noah's
this is
Ark.
total.
And he's making some assumptions about what level the kind lines up at, but he's being generous to the critics. And this would be the...
Okay, so they just need to be divisible by 2. So, at minimum.
Yeah.
Some birds would be 7, not all of them. And only some mammals would qualify as clean.
But
not all.
when we checked the Bible earlier, it said like you had to bring 7 I guess 7
7
pairs of birds,
clean
never mind.
animals. So like for instance
Pairs.
sheep or
Pairs.
goats. Yeah.
Right.
7
but it was
pairs.
7
14.
pairs of birds too.
Yes.
Yeah. So like you would have 14 sheep, for instance, 14 ducks or turtle doves,
Well,
maybe. So
4,602 is not divisible by 14 either.
So
well, this is counting both clean and not clean animals. So there are clean birds and unclean birds.
Yeah, clean birds and unclean birds too. And you only have to bring 7
So-
pairs of the clean
okay.
ones. So but I mean it raises a good point in that he's assuming that when you add the clean and the unclean birds and mammals, you're going to end up with a number that's divisible by 2, which isn't necessarily the case, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it would be because it's yeah, okay, so because they're pairs, that's true.
Well, they're pairs,
Yeah,
so
so-
they have to be
Yeah,
divisible
that would
too.
be. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, I'm sure they didn't factor that in.
I need that. I need that
Ooh.
in my mouth. That barbecue pulled lamb.
Sort of the larger
Give me
estimate.
some.
Mammals,
Yeah,
a
craving
lot
a
of
gyro.
mammals on board Noah's Ark. And they take up quite a bit of space. Birds, a lot of birds, but they don't take up very much space. Reptiles, including the dinosaurs, 3,724, give or take. The number of animals on board Noah's Ark would have been less than 16,000. Just so that gives you kind of a feel for it.
No.
And people say, yes, but the dinosaurs were so big. Some dinosaurs were big. Some dinosaurs never got
No.
bigger than a dog.
Is it just
Some
me,
dinosaurs, like little Compsognathus, never got big.
or is it just me, or does 16,000 animals seem like an awful lot, even for the boat of the dimensions that he has proposed? Feels like a lot, doesn't it?
Little bit.
Hmm.
I mean, what
Again,
were
I
the
wanna
rough
see this guy's work.
dimensions he said before? Like 470 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
by,
it's over 400
um,
feet
yeah.
long.
How wide was it?
It's like 70 feet wide, 75 feet
Okay.
wide, 3 decks.
So it's about
Remember
33,000 square feet per level times 3 levels for just under
it is.
100,000 square feet. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. My numbers are too high.
Oh,
437 times 72.92. Okay, equals that times 3. Okay, we're at about 95,000 square feet.
But also, this is not taking into account the thickness of the walls, which we don't know. And I
True.
find that interesting
Yeah.
because when we're told to build the small ark, like the box that the priest would carry, we are told the thickness of the walls for that. But here,
But
that
but
seemed
at
like
the
a
same
weird detail
time,
to leave
like,
out.
so dividing like the square footage area you have when combining all the decks, divided by 15,000 animals, it's just over 6 square feet per each animal. Like
6
individual
square
animal.
feet.
It is 6.37 square
Jesus.
feet per animal.
That's nothing.
Yeah, no, that's where. Wow. Katie points out
Enjoy
that
your
for reference, that's
closet.
3,000 more animals than live at the San Diego Zoo.
Oh yeah,
And
well
I
they
don't know,
have like
like-
habitats to move around.
Keep in mind that's also not taking into account any walking areas or poop areas or food storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, you can't sleep in the same closet that you poop in. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and again, where's the
Because
food
this was
going?
after the
You were
fall, so
just-
disease was a thing.
yeah, and you're not accounting for the walls, which we don't know the thickness of, and where we store the food and put the poop, because all of that
Yeah.
didn't even figure into these numbers. So, bleh.
So yeah, I've never been to the San Diego Zoo, but I've been to the Calgary Zoo, and which is probably quite a bit smaller. But there's quite a number of the the pens and the enclosures for animals are like huge for the animals that they house at the zoo. This just really seems ridiculous.
It is.
Also, those poor dino reconstructions are so old. They need to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not good.
Some dinosaurs, like little Compsognathus, never got bigger than a chicken. They're reptiles that have their legs underneath their
Oh.
body.
I remember-
Compsognathus qualifies.
I remember
Okay.
Compsognathus
So just
from
because it's a
Jurassic
dinosaur
Park.
doesn't mean it's big.
Mhm.
So there's a skull of a particular dinosaur. Some of them just never got that big. The other thing you need to remember is because people think, well, what about the really big ones?
Are you
Even the
looking
really
this
big
one up?
dinosaurs started out
Okay,
really
yeah, that is
small.
a cool thing. I thought
How big are those eggs, though?
Other species.
Give us something for scale, dude. That's the problem. Look at this. Look at this little satisfied grin. Look at these eggs. Just
I
look at
think
how
those
small
are-
these eggs are. There's nothing for scale.
Those are Oviraptorosaur eggs, so probably about the size of the stick of deodorant, maybe a little bigger.
Okay.
We often forget about the women and the children, right?
But also they
So,
came
the
to the
largest-
ark, so they can't have been in eggs.
I'd like to
It-
point out
Go ahead.
I'm unsurprised if the people in attendance at his church talk often forget about the women and the children. That feels like it's probably on point. Just saying.
I find that
So-
ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaur eggs that we find are a little bigger than a football. They're about that big. You mean that big, long-necked dinosaur that fills up the entire room in a museum? When it was a baby, it hatched out of an egg that was that big.
But you gotta
Yeah. Well, they came to the ark under their own power, Jason. So
I will stick to that because it doesn't say they were brought to the ark. They came to the ark.
that's what it says.
the verb is go. That means to come to or to enter. So
But even granting eggs, you've got to have like an incubation system to look after these eggs to make
Mhm.
sure that they mature enough that they're going to hatch, and there's going to be live offspring. So
Okay, hear me out, Kip. What
Okay.
if you have two at least moderately grown animals?
okay,
They walk into the ark, they lay their eggs, and then they just dip right out. Or they die in the middle of the flood, so you just eat them.
oh, okay,
Mm.
got it.
There you go.
I see. Or just feed and eat them and feed them to the rest of the
Why not?
yeah. Okay.
So,
It's not any more ridiculous, is it?
so my problem with that is that
I'm
like
bullshitting.
a
This is
sexually
not meant to be taken
mature
serious.
titanosaur. I
This is
know
not
you
meant
are,
to be taken seriously.
but like a sexually mature titanosaur, even like at the smaller end, is not gonna fit.
But
Wow.
isn't it in like the sauropod kind? You don't have to take
Yeah.
a Titanosaurus. You could take a smaller one, and then you just hyper evolve the Titanosaurus because reasons, and it goes extinct almost immediately.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah, I
they
didn't
have
think
the
of that.
time to become this huge variety of species and then all go to extinct within
Or
all by the time before before they finish writing the book of Job.
or maybe God just picked his favorite sauropod and went, yeah, I mean, it's cool the rest of you around, but like, sorry.
What I want to know
GG.
is why didn't the Egyptians have a Spinosaurus hieroglyphic? It's like you're not gonna miss that animal.
Yeah.
Mhm. How you know? Don't worry about it.
And it turns out you can't make an egg much bigger than that for physics reasons. You'd have to make the shell thicker to support the weight, and then oxygen wouldn't be permeable to oxygen. So there's a maximum size for an
true.
egg. And I've seen dinosaur eggs.
Good
That's about
job.
it.
Congratulations.
Which means when that big dinosaur first hatched, it had to fit in the egg. It must have been about that big. Wouldn't it make sense, therefore, for God to take some of the younger dinosaurs on board Noah's Ark? We know the space available, 450 feet by 75 by 3 decks, 100,000 square feet. There might have
That's
been
bigger
mezzanine
than the
levels,
numbers he
too.
gave earlier.
The Bible doesn't say.
He said, yeah, the ones he said those were at the bottom end, but said that it was probably bigger. At one point he did say it was probably closer to 450 feet by 75 feet. So he did say that.
Okay, so that does bring up the space each animal has from 6.3 square feet to 6.7 square feet.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. Wow.
Whoa.
God.
One way or the other. But that's the minimum. I mean, there was at least that much space. We
Really?
can calculate the amount of space taken up by birds, which is very little because most birds are small. Mammals take.
Oh, okay.
You notice that
Wow.
he's doing this in percentages and not like feet.
Yeah, that feels. Yeah, that feels.
Like he's doing, oh, the birds take up a combined 2,621 square feet. Yeah, it's only 2%. Mammals take up 29,000 some odd square feet. How much is that per animal again? He's just giving you the percentage of the total.
6.7
you know?
square
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, dude. They don't think through this.
No,
Crazy.
I mean,
Okay.
that's
Take up all
smaller
the
than my
space because
desk.
there's
I
the
think
most
that
of
comes
them.
out to like about
And by the way,
4
not all
square feet
mammals
per
are on board Noah's Ark. Whales
What was
are
that?
mammals
What was
are
that,
on board Noah's
Dino?
Ark, right?
Dino?
They're not land.
I think that comes out to like 4 square feet per mammal. Less than a square foot per bird, closer to half a square foot. And like 3-ish
Wow.
square feet for reptiles, for each reptile? I
God.
know that's closer to 5 square feet per each reptile. Reptiles get the most space per individual, I think.
Welp.
Before you hit play, Metal Geeky Platypus Librarian says, "Wait, only engineers can be experts in evolution." Yes, so we've learned. And Tree Climb Tad for $5 says, "I already said it, but you are forgetting the testimony of Sheldon from US Acres. Eggs can locomote in fiction. I haven't read, so that's fun to know. That's fun to learn. Thank you. Templar Warden for $5 New Zealand dollars says, I do never see them address the diversification and genetic entropy occurring between the garden and the flood.
Nope.
Yeah, these sorts of things just don't happen. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Because they're not land animals. The reptiles, including the dinosaurs, take up less than 16% of the space for a grand total of 46.8%. Was there room on Noah's Ark for the dinosaurs? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
And that's a generous upper limit. Some estimates have it closer to 30%. And since there's 3 decks, that would mean you could put all the animals on one deck. That would leave a deck for Noah's sons to play football and a deck for Noah and Mrs. Noah to play shuffleboard. So there you go.
Puzzle pieces.
Yeah, so there's no doubt that when we do the math, and by the way, and
If you make enough folksy comparisons, people believe you more.
It's true.
They played football. They could have a whole deck. Where are they putting the food and how are they getting rid of the waste? And they need water to drink.
Yeah, quite a bit
we have
of
a
water.
few youngsters here. Because sometimes youngsters, right, in the math class, when am I ever going to use this stuff? Here you go. Right? The reason I can answer the critic is because I can do basic math.
Boy, that's just the saddest. That's the saddest.
I repeat, a
He's so
maximum
pleased
of
with himself.
6.75 square feet per animal. I can
Yeah.
do basic math.
The astrophysicist can do basic math here.
How much food is each animal eating proportionally to their body weight? Again, where are you getting rid of the waste? Why is there only one opening for sunlight, not ventilation, crucially? Basic math. Stay inside your field, guy.
But the saddest part about this is his message to the kids. I know you hate math, but stick with it because you too could, use these skills to calculate the amount of space required on Noah's Ark for the storage of animals and food. It's very important stuff that you need to know.
This is as useful and real as calculating the number of miles that the Fellowship walked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which members of the Fellowship? Because they took different routes.
True.
Like I said, this is that useful and it is as real as that, which is to say, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's good to see you,
How
Brentley.
smart he is.
Yeah.
So crazy. I can do basic math.
Yeah. And the reason that they are making conjectures and ignorance is because they haven't bothered to do math. Either they can't or they haven't bothered to do it. So there is a
Conjectures
purpose.
of ignorance, huh?
Did dinosaurs survive the flood? As kinds, yeah. Every kind
Oh, what is
survived
that
the flood
T-Rex?
because there were
Oh,
representatives
God.
on board
That is
Noah's Ark of that
awful.
kind. Now, granted, the flood wiped out almost everything, but there were representatives.
I know these are just artist representations, but who broke that T-Rex wrist?
God, it looks like a pug.
And he thinks that whoever this artist is thinks that cheetahs, which are very derived cat kinds, he thinks cheetahs were getting on the ark.
I mean, artists might be too generous. Like considering how AI friendly creationists are, I wouldn't be surprised if this was. But the
That's fair.
quality just is too bad to tell.
Ugh. This is
Seems possible.
embarrassing.
Kinds on the ark that got off and reproduced. Given that dinosaurs, therefore, at least some of them continued to live after the flood for a while, would we expect to find legends of people encountering these creatures? Do we? Yeah.
No.
Now, they're not going to be called dinosaurs. That's a modern word, right? 1841 by Richard Owen, who was a creationist, by the way. But we do find legends of dragons. And if you think about what a dragon is, it's basically the old word that would have been used for anything resembling a dinosaur. It really would have been.
Yeah,
There's the
because
legend of Saint.
Yeah, they didn't have giant monitor lizards anywhere or giant snakes or anything to compare it to. It had to be a dragon.
or
Mhm.
imaginations.
Yeah.
It's just that it continues to boggle the mind how anybody fails to grasp that human beings can, invent things in their minds.
Yeah, humans famously lacking imagination and creativity.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, and also, again, yeah, it's not like people live near crocodiles or anything. It's fine.
It's not like that
George
after
and the dragon. The
thousands of
legend was
years.
that there was this town being
I-
victimized by a dragon
what
that was eating their
always-
lives.
What was that?
What always gets me is when creationists try to assign particular legends to specific dinosaur species. Because,
Oh,
God, it's always so
Well,
horrible.
buckle up, because I think he does some of that
boy.
coming here.
Okay.
The legend says the people were about to sacrifice a young lady to this dragon, hoping it would leave them alone. St. George rides in on his horse and kills the dragon, preaches Christianity. Many people convert.
Yeah, so
Sounds
that
like a-
definitely wasn't the point of the story, was it?
No,
And everyone clapped.
everyone clapped. Yeah,
And
very good.
everyone converted.
Also, I said everyone clapped, and my D&D dice just fell off my table.
What'd you
It's a-
roll?
I guess my room
It's a
clapped.
sign. Yeah.
That's not in the Bible. We don't know for sure that that's the case, but it could have happened just like that. So
Why
Could have
not?
happened just
that's
like
certainly
that,
a
huh?
possibility.
Good.
Marco Polo in 1271 reported that Chinese royal chariots were occasionally pulled by dragons.
He got this. This is from Ken Hovind. I've seen Ken Hovind use this exact
it?
art.
That's
Yes.
wow.
Also, I love that he's like, oh yeah, dragons definitely pulled these chariots. Not a decoration, not costumes for like horses or any other animal. It was dragons. Hmm. I mean,
I'm just
he
trying to
said
figure
it.
out what
so-
those are.
Pardon?
I'm just trying to figure out what those are.
In terms of what kind of dinosaurs those could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can think of a few possibilities, but I don't think any of them are known from China.
Oh, that doesn't matter to them.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
True.
Oh, wait. I think we got it. They were stored as animal grinders. Nailed it.
Isn't that interesting? There are lots of legends in China of dragons. You'll find it depicted on their pottery and things like that. So,
Again,
and we have,
Humans
as a
make up
matter of
art.
record, in the year 1611, the Chinese emperor appointed the position of royal dragon feeder. We know from the
Oh.
paperwork there was a job where your job was to feed the dragons,
Wow.
which makes me think they probably had some. In fact,
Makes you think.
the records indicate that wealthy people, a lot of times, that they would have their own dragons because they were very rare at this time, and so only the wealthy could.
yeah. Do we have any
See-
evidence of that? Do we have skeletons?
Famously.
Do we have hides? Do we have ground up bones? Do we have any bones?
I mean, interestingly, like there has been a practice in Chinese medicine to grind up fossils and like
Oh, yeah.
consume them.
Mhm.
Hate it. Hate it so
Yeah,
much,
I mean,
but it's a thing.
It was like people in the 19th century with mummies. They're like, let's grind them up and make medicine out of it. Stop! Stop
So-
destroying history.
Famously, you guys, I'm not a historian, but I'm like historian adjacent. I do, some overlap. And one thing that I have learned is that famously, and this is one of the first things they teach you, whenever anybody in time immemorial wrote something down, it's a thing that actually happened, and they
As
actually,
written.
everything written down must correspond to something that's totally real. That's just the rules. It's when you're doing history, that's how you do it.
It happened as written.
As written. is the
Mhm.
that's the history rule. That's the. I'm just kidding, you guys. Please don't clip that. It's
Yeah, it's like terms and conditions may apply, because once you start noticing that lots of Mesopotamian cultures had flood legends, because you live between rivers and rivers flood sometimes.
Mhm.
Oh, well, no. They just copied the Bible one, even though we know objectively that those stories were older. So, yeah, those didn't happen as written. They were just copying, you guys. But Chinese Legends of Dragons totes happened. Like, we don't have bridles or anything, but like a guy said it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Afford them. So there is a city in France that was renamed in the honor of the killing of a dragon there.
Oh.
The animal's described as being larger than an ox,
Tarascon.
armored, and had horns on its head.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? And that looks like maybe one of the ceratopsian kinds.
See-
Like a,
So, what else has horns on its head? A rhino? Huh.
Yeah. or very big cow. Just putting that out there.
I just
You know what else had horns that are really big that actually don't exist anymore? Aurochs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Those are big ass cow looking things.
I just think it's important to read this chat in memory of poor deviant outcast.
Yeah.
I'm drawing
Rip.
a zombie right now. Maybe I shouldn't finish. Well, rest in peace, deviant
Rip.
outcast. We will be missed.
So
Ay.
fun fact, just reading from Wikipedia here, and he gave a very brief explanation of the Tarrasque's appearance. It's been described in multiple ways. Would you like to hear some of them?
Oh yes.
Sure.
The beast has a lion-like head, a body protected by a turtle-like carapace, 6 feet with bear-like claws, a serpent's tail, and a poisonous breath.
Triceratops, perhaps.
6
Boy,
feet. Sorry, 6?
6 feet.
6 feet, yes.
How many reptile-looking things or dinosaurs had 6 feet?
Maybe one with a weird genetic mutation, but other than that, I can't think of any.
So lion-like face, turtle-like carapace, serpent tail, and 6 feet. Sounds
And
like a
poison
real
breath.
animal to me.
I believe it.
I mean, there's another description that's called a dragon that is half animal, half fish, that is thicker than an ox, longer than a horse, with sword-like teeth.
Half animal,
Wow.
half fish. I get that these aren't scientific terms, but I'm like, fish aren't animals. But okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Nitpick. Are those the
Okay.
only two?
Those are the only two that I'm seeing
Okay.
just at a brief glance on the Wikipedia page, but there's a lot. Like this is not a real animal, safe to say.
No, it's not.
I didn't think we'd have to say that, but might have to say it.
Yes.
But have you guys
Couldn't
considered
possibly
they couldn't
made up such a
possibly?
ridiculous animal. Must be
Must
true.
be true. Must be true.
I mean, how would they know to describe it unless they actually saw it? Duh.
That's right.
A town that was in Italy, and there was a peasant who was walking behind his oxen. They were pulling a cart, and there was this little hissing dragon on the road up ahead of him. Not one of the larger ones, but it was very brave, and it was hissing, and the oxen were afraid of it. They wouldn't go near it. And so the man, he had a staff with him. He ended up killing the creature and hitting it, killing it. And he brought the body in to a local scientist named Ulysses Aldrovandus. That's why we have such good records of this.
And where's the
Folks,
body?
if you ever kill a
Interesting. I'd
dinosaur,
love
bring
to-
the body into a science.
And do we have the body?
Or even
It's not just
I'm
the
very
snake.
I don't know. I'm just interested in the report from Ulysses Aldrovandus. Like, I'd like to see that. That's one of my complaints often of like apologists and grifters of many different stripes are very keen to give me their summaries of things that they have read or sources that they've researched. Show me the source, please.
A guy said a thing, Kip.
I want to see it. I want to see what he said. I just there's Doc Dino looks troubled. Are you all right?
I'm just trying to read up on this dragon of Bologna.
Yeah, how's it going?
Bologna.
It seems to be a chimeric creature that this guy put in a museum. He like grafted parts of a snake to a fish.
Oh, okay. Got it. Of course.
P.T. Barnum ass creature.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
let me
and a
listen.
frog.
So we can document it, okay? That's why we have such good records. We know the date, May 13, 1572.
Is that what it looked like?
Aldrovandus carefully studied the carcass. He reported it was unlike any other reptile he'd ever seen, and based on his description of it, we think it was a Tanistropheus.
If you're drunk and you squint, it looks like that.
So, okay. This is what he thinks it looked like based on the description. And we don't have the body, even though the guy brought it to him.
Apparently, it was at a museum.
Okay. And it looked like this.
It just looks
apparently.
like a snake that swallowed a big
right.
freaking animal.
Kind of does.
And also,
I mean,
with
this
his feet for some reason.
This doesn't really look like any actual dinosaur, does it? I mean,
no. I mean, to be fair,
think it's
Tanistropheus isn't a dinosaur either, but it's just, ugh.
It's the guy just saw a big ass snake. The snake
No,
may have just eaten something and was in the process of digesting it. I think the feet are fake.
I mean,
If
so,
somebody wants to like provide the body,
at least according to what I'm reading, like from different places, it looks like this guy had like a curiosity museum. Like, what's that P.T. Barnum attraction, Stranger Than Life, or whatever it is?
yeah, like the the mermaid.
Yeah, like the mermaid.
Monkey.
Like it's just like weird taxidermy shit.
Yeah, or the the alleged like fairies that L.A. Marzulli bought from Jaime Maussan in Mexico, and you could literally see the glue and the taxidermy pins.
Nice.
And they had mounted some of the limbs on backwards or upside down. It was just so pathetic. He spent thousands of dollars on it. He's so dumb.
Well, you know what? If somebody, I support it because it's L.A. Mazzulli, and somebody extracted thousands of dollars from him for their local economy. Good job. I'm okay with that.
A grifter, but it's like, okay, whatever.
I do have to, because Lil has used her member for 13 months, has used her member chat, and I should probably do this properly here. Hey buddy, I just need to give the abomination a couple of treats here. We'll put that down so you can see. There he is. You see him? There he is.
Puppy.
We'll give one more. You want another one?
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Good.
Crunch.
Oh, holy cow. There's actually a paleontological publication on this.
Oh, wow.
Like there's a paper on this.
That's awesome.
Please share the link.
They're just taxidermy shit.
I love this. Incredible.
This is specifically talking about some dragons with wings.
I want to send this to Lyle and just be like, yo, did you read this paper?
There you go. I glanced over it, and Phil
Excellent.
Center is an actual paleontologist. So
please put the link to this in the chat.
That is
please,
awesome.
Please, right now before I forget.
I will send it to you now.
Fabulous.
Well, if my browser would let me copy the
the wings are the pectoral fin. This is great. This is amazing.
Where is it? There.
We're gonna have to send.
Copy link.
We're gonna have to send Jason Lyle this paper. Oh look, somebody wrote a scientific paper. An actual
There you go.
paleontologist wrote an actual paper on this thing. You gotta read it.
Yep.
Okay, that is amazing.
So it's very, very specific.
Very
Flying
specific.
reptiles. The Greek historian Herodotus, who confirmed some of the events of the Old Testament, he'd
Oh no.
heard of
Did
this
he though?
place in Arabia where there were these flying reptiles, and he wanted to learn about these. And so when he went there, he found a valley full of dead flying reptiles. Kind of interesting. And we think
Oh
from
no
the
no 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 no
description.
no. He found a bunch of bones and
Mhm.
he called them flying serpents. Okay, he didn't see them alive flying around anywhere. He found skeletons. Went, "Huh, that kind of looks like a flying serpent."
That makes sense to me.
But then
Well,
again, ancient people can't lie. So
I'm just trying to think. I wonder
This
if
chat.
I think I might actually have some of the stuff from Herodotus here. Press play though.
We think it's a Rhamphorhynchus. There are different types of flying reptiles. There were ones that were the big pterodactyloids that had the incredibly long wingspan, and they had a very small tail. Rhamphorhynchoids were the opposite. They were small and had a long tail, and we think these are Rhamphorhynchus. Perhaps Rhamphorhynchus
Really?
scaphognathus, which is they had a crest on their head. Anyway, he says, when I arrived there, I saw innumerable bones and backbones of serpents, many heaps of backbones, etc. He says, winged serpents are said to fly from Arabia at the beginning.
note how he said he found bones and backbones. He doesn't say he found wing bones.
Mhm.
He did not
Well,
say that.
well, it's said by whom that they're winged serpents. Oh, well, it's said that Sasquatch is real. It's said that Mothman was sighted several times in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's said that the Jersey Devil is real. Okay, people can say anything. Prove it.
Of spring, making for Egypt, but the ibis birds encountered the invaders in this pass and killed them. He also reports that the Egyptians worshipped the ibis birds for doing them the favor of killing these nuisance flying reptiles, these flying serpents, because according to these other records, they were poisonous. So if they would bite you and you'd get sick. So they were
Famously, serpents never poisonous. He means venomous.
Yeah. I think there are a couple species of snake that are poisonous.
They're probably very brightly colored.
Could be.
I've noticed that's a trend in the animal kingdom. If it's super, super bright and garishly colored, that usually means don't bother me. I will kill you.
Mhm.
You know. Okay.
Egyptians were grateful to the ibis birds for eliminating this threat.
Did you find it?
I did. So it's
Awesome.
All right. So this is from book 2.
Do you have something you want to pull up? Because
I can. Yeah. So this is actually this is another creationist source, but yeah, but one that has a little bit more detail. Let's see. It's that one. So here we go. So here we are. There is a place in Arabia situated very near the city of Buto, to which I went on hearing of some winged serpents. And when I arrived there, I saw bones and spines of serpents in such quantities as it would be impossible to describe. It is reported that at the beginning of the spring, winged serpents fly from Arabia towards Egypt, but that ibises, a sort of bird, meet them at the pass and do not allow the serpents to go by, but kill them. The form of the serpent is like that of a water snake, but he has wings without feathers and as like as possible to the wings of a bat. So there you go.
I mean, this was within written history. Where are the bones? Where are the hieroglyphs and the art?
We have no idea. Now, I mean, it seems likely that he found like an area with a whole bunch of bones lying around. That seems like I could buy that.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of animal bones kicking around. So, you know.
It's just, I love these. Like, y'all, I found so many bones. Bones everywhere. Spine bones. Just so
Flying
many of them.
serpents.
I can't even tell you. And he doesn't mention the wing bones. It's like spines and bones, but
yeah.
But like I heard a rumor that like flying serpents are here, and they told me this whole story. Like people wouldn't lie to me, obviously.
Right, totally.
People don't have local legends or anything.
No,
nah,
not at all.
That's not.
And when they do, you find whatever you can to make it fit, right?
Oh yeah,
it's got to be this.
Obviously.
Obviously.
So like Paul Bunyan was one of the Nephilim. Obviously, only a Nephilim could like do all the big stuff and have like big blue and whatever. So yeah, duh.
The serpents are like water snakes. Their wings are not feathered, but very like the wings of a bat. So he's going out of his way to say this isn't a bird. It's not something with feathers on it. It's a serpent.
He didn't say it was a bird.
Yeah, but also like pterosaurs don't have bat-like wings. Is the thing?
No,
interesting.
They do not.
Their wings are structured completely differently if you actually look at them for more than a minute.
Yeah, but Herodotus, he was like
5 spindly fingers that are like there's like a web and bones that go through it. It's very homologous to like our like arms and stuff. But yeah, pteranodon or pterodactyls, they didn't have that. It was like one long pointy finger-looking bone type thing, and a membrane, right?
Yep. I got a diagram here.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh,
here we go.
nice.
Hang on. Let me put it up.
Yeah. So bird, bat, and
Herodotus also
pterosaur
described
wings.
the acephaloi headless men with faces on their torsos. It's Krang. Freaking Herodotus saw Krang.
Here we go. Wow.
Yeah.
These look quite different, honestly.
Yeah.
But have you considered that people in antiquity just weren't as smart as we are? So they looked, all the wings looked the same.
Primitive.
They all look the same to them. All of them just look the same.
Yeah, no people group ever differentiated between bats and birds. They just
Never.
They had to be the same thing.
Right? Yes.
But yeah, birds have a lot of fusion going on in their wing. Like their fingers, their metacarpals are fused. It actually produces a really weird structure in the hand. But yeah, and then you have feathers coming off of the skin, basically. There's no skin in the feathers, it's just feathers. Bats have very much elongated their fingers, and they're stretched back. And you have webbing between the fingers and between the body. It's basically just an extension of what every animal has. The skin is just extended
web between your
for a gliding surface. And pterosaurs, they rotate their hands forwards. So they have multiple fingers coming out of the front, except for a few specific pterosaurs that lose all of their fingers, except the main flat one. And then I believe it's usually the fourth finger. The fourth finger is the one that actually extends and creates the wing.
So pterosaurs are basically pinkysaurs.
Pinkysaurs, yes.
Yes.
But the other thing is, like, when they would be grounded, their wings would look completely different. Because pterosaurs had a series of ligaments and fibers within their wing that would basically draw it up like a parachute when contracted.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
And they could put their other fingies on the ground if they wanted. Like the wing would fold way back, and they could kind of walk on those little fingies if they wanted, or at least pick at stuff, I guess.
They were most pterosaurs would have been pretty mobile on the ground. Very few exceptions that wouldn't have been.
Oh, can you bring up the Quetzalcoatlus again?
Yes.
Because that just
Is that
Is that,
reminded
the,
me.
is that the gigantic one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the huge one.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that one on the Netflix, the Dinosaurs.
Hmm.
Yes, it was in the Dinosaurs.
Mm,
Man, I never watched that. Is it
You should.
worth watching?
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it was good.
Yeah, so you
Yep,
had
there
the
you go.
little, not like palms, but analogous to our
Yeah.
hands.
And the way the wings sit back like that
Hmm.
is like totally different
Yeah.
from any winged creature that is alive today.
Yep.
Wow.
Swept up and out of the way. I think the main wing membrane here could scrunch up more than that, but I could be wrong. And also, the weight estimate there is accurate. All
It's
of
hard to
this
see. What is
probably
that?
weighed under 600 pounds.
That's wild.
Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, pterosaurs were made of tissue paper and paper mache.
But like
Jeez.
fearsome predators though, right?
To things smaller
Perhaps.
than them.
Okay.
Which is most things.
Most things.
Well, okay, with something like this, yes.
Like you're just going about your day and then all of a sudden stab.
I mean, we're kind of
I guess we have to
torn
guess
right
at
now.
that
There are
stuff
multiple
too,
competing
right?
hypotheses for what these
Yeah.
big pterosaurs would have been doing.
Mhm.
Some may have been better at like being giant storks, basically hunting for stuff in shallow water.
Okay.
While others might have been like land hunting generalists,
Okay.
basically hunting anything smaller, anything they could fit in their stomach. Which, keep in mind, the torso is very small, so nothing too big.
Pelicans, if you've ever seen
Yeah.
pelicans,
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
will try to eat everything and they do not care if it fits or
Yeah.
not. They're going to try.
I mean, like a pelican, except that this thing could gallop like a giraffe.
I like that. I like
is
that Ken
cursed.
Scalata has pointed out here that Herodotus says there's a gold mine in India that was worked by giant ants the size of dogs. So he just, Herodotus liked to write a bunch of stuff. Oh, people told him stuff, and he liked to write it down. That's that's how he worked.
Well, I mean, if he described flying serpents and then he also described, giant ants the size of what, dogs or pigs or whatever, well,
Sure.
obviously they existed. Duh. I mean, Herodotus wouldn't lie.
No.
Report
Or
anything
get things
inaccurately.
wrong. Yeah, like nobody would lie to Herodotus.
He wouldn't lie to a historian. That's
No.
silly.
Never.
Yeah. Now, the last thing I will say about these big-edged archids, the group of giant pterosaurs, if anyone's curious, there's a really cool presentation on YouTube about how they could get so big, but birds can't.
Oh, that sounds
Really?
And still fly.
Can
Yeah,
you put
I
that
can
link
try
in
to
the
find it.
thing? Because that sounds very cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's a good one to include.
Did he describe
How they
a
could get
spider
that
the
big and
size
still
of an SUV?
fly.
Would
If there
not
were
be cool.
birds that could get heavier than these pterosaurs, but while still flying is a whole can of worms.
That is
I
crazy.
think it was put up by the Royal Tyrrell Museum. I'll find
man.
it and I'll put it in our chat.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Let's the Joe Rogan of classical Greece.
That's great. Yes. Wow.
Awesome. Wow.
We're getting pretty close.
But its wings are like a membrane material, like that of a bat. So the kind of with the skin on it. So there you go. And the records of this creature in this area go back to 400
Records.
BC and all the way up to AD 1600. And then they stop.
Oh.
So we think we know when this went extinct, and it was about 400 years ago. It wasn't millions of years ago, which I think is very interesting.
I think that's interesting because this is right about the time the Enlightenment was about to kick off. And
Yeah.
people were starting to formalize what we now
Yeah.
know as the scientific method. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Nah, it just went extinct. It's fine.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
Just-
I will bring up the Egyptians again. Why don't they have giant pterosaur hieroglyphics? We have an Ashdarkid from Egypt called the Longclaw. But why isn't
Good question.
something like that in hieroglyphics?
Right?
I
Yeah.
mean, reasons. Obviously. This is
We find depictions of winged serpents on some ancient
Okay.
coins as well, which is also interesting.
Pause it, please. Yes. So, we find pictures of winged serpents on ancient coins as well. He says, a lot of my audience will recognize that these are Hebrew inscriptions, and if you watch a little bit of my channel too, you'll probably also recognize that these are depictions of probably like Seraphim, the mythical cosmic throne guardian creatures, which are best described. The word Seraph, Doc Dino, in Hebrew means burning. So these are like they're on fire. The way that they're described, there's snakes that have wings and they're on fire. That's that's what they look like. But I was looking at these though, right? And I was also struggling with the inscriptions just because some of the letters are, it's there when they get really old. It's hard for me especially to get the shapes of everything. So I was trying to figure out. I'm like, surely there's images of these things. They're not coins. They're seal impressions. So I was like, surely somebody has published something about this. I was able to find the actual publication of the one on the right, which was from Ava. I'll let's see. Let's bring that one up. So
very cool.
It was from in like the 1980s. Let's put that down, and I will share my screen here. So, so the one on the right was written up by Naaman Avagad, who was a brilliant paleographer especially from like the 80s and the 90s at the Hebrew University. So this here he writes, the title of the article is "The Priest of Dor." The object under discussion is a Hebrew seal now in private possession, which is said to be a surface find made recently near Sebasti, ancient Samaria. It has the form of a quasi-scaraboid, is flat on both sides, and is 17 millimeters by 13 millimeters wide and 5 millimeters thick. It is of grayish limestone, perforated lengthwise, and inscribed on both sides. So here is side A. It says Litzadok ben Mika, belonging to Tzadok, son of Mika. And then on the other side, he says this side is slightly smaller, 16 by 12 millimeters. It is decorated with a two-winged uraeus, and these are very common. Two-winged uraeus of the type current in Egyptianizing Phoenician art and frequently found on ancient Hebrew seals. The Egyptian uraeus originally symbolized royal and divine power, but on this seal, it may have some magic or apotropaic meaning. Above the uraeus is a two-line inscription in the same characters as those on side A. The initial letters of the first line are effaced. The inscription reads something Karif is what's at the end there. So this is probably somebody's name. Kohen Dor, the priest of Dor. So the first word should probably be restored. Lezakariv, belonging to Zechariah, the priest of Dor. So the seal was apparently used by two persons of the same family belonging to two generations. This assumption is highly plausible, albeit not absolutely proven, since one of the inscriptions lacks a patronymic. We know, however, of seals which passed as heirlooms to descendants who had their names engraved on the plain back of the seals. In our case, the motivation for reusing the seal must have been sentimental and not economic, since it was not made of precious stone. If our assumption is correct, and the inscription A must be earlier than the patronymic is not identical with the name on inscription B, thus the seal seems to have belonged initially to Sadok, son of Mika, if, however, we exclude paternal relationships, then of course, the priest may have been the first seal owner. So he's written up this entire article about the seal, and it's interesting. It dates to the 8th century, close to the time when the Assyrians destroyed the city of Samaria and occupied the region. So it's kind of cool. So yay for that. Now the other one I was unable to find anywhere except for through the Wayback Machine, which was directed to a where did I go? Damn it. Hopefully that comes back. There we go. Okay. So this article, The Bible and Pterosaurs, Archaeological and Linguistic Studies of Jurassic Animals That Lived Recently, by John Gertson of Grand Rapids Baptist Seminary.
Seminary.
This is an article for the 1998 Midwestern Evangelical Theological Society conference held at Grand Rapids Baptist Seminary in Grand Rapids. And I'll just read the abstract here. There is an increasing amount of archaeological and linguistic evidence that pterosaurs, flying reptiles, were mentioned by several authors of Scripture. This introductory article will deal with some of those biblical words and what I've learned about them from word studies and archaeology. The scientific basis for this study has been established by articles for peer-reviewed scientific publications for both secular and creation groups. The spiritual symbolism for these animals and cultural relevance during the biblical era will also be looked at. Finally, some implications from this knowledge will be examined. So he has some science shit here, Hebrew and Greek word study, and then he gets to some images from iconography in antiquity, and here we have both of them. I'm quite sure this is where Jason Lyle got these images from. So here you see the seal on the right, which is the Priest of Dor seal in Figure 5, and then you see the seal on the left, which I was unable to find anywhere except for here, which has like an ankh laying on its side, and then what's probably a name, but I couldn't. The best I could do with this was I think it's for Aviv, Aleph. My guess is Lamed Aleph Bet Yod Vav for the text, which would then be for like his father. And then another one of these stylized urias, which are very, very common throughout Phoenician, Egyptian art and imagery in the Levant during the Iron Age. What he says here is pretty funny, though, where he mentions these seals. He says that, as well as the religious significance, the pterosaur symbol, as he calls it, reflected the widespread popularity of the Egyptian military alliance against the Assyrians among Judah's upper class. The same strategy had been unsuccessfully pursued by Israel earlier. However, their failure would not deter Judah. In fact, a Judean seal from that era has been found with a tripartite style, including. Are those your dice again? Did they?
No, sorry, just Nothing falling off my desk. I need to clean
stuff
it. I'm
falling off.
sorry.
And do you don't even have a cat just pushing shit off your desk, do you?
No, my elbow just moved.
Oh dear.
It hit a thing of tape.
All right. So there we have the Judean seal from that era has been found with a tripartite style, including a Hebrew name, a pterosaur, and an Egyptian ankh. That's the one on the left. Another Northern Kingdom flying serpent was found at Samaria with a Hebrew inscription of Priest of Dor on it. A flying serpent seal from Judah. This one I find amusing. This is the one that's on the right. He says, a flying serpent seal from Judah was found at Lachish in figure 3. At least 9 flying serpent seals with 4 wings have been found, some of them at or near Lachish in figure 6. All of them date from the 8th century. The reason for the 4 wings could be the prohibition of a graven image on anything on earth or heaven. The earthly animal had 2 wings, and the heavenly angel had 6. However,
But this one has
nothing
4.
is known with 4 wings, so we're okay drawing the 4-winged one because because of the rules. So yeah, there we go. I don't know. I thought that was fun, but yeah. So I mean, but all this shows really is that creationists just love to plagiarize like all their friends' shit, right?
Yeah.
Their own sources. Good job. Good job. Jason Lyle.
Really quick, Kip, what's the plural of seraph?
Seraphim.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it is. I had a
Mhm.
feeling it was. So, one, like you explained earlier, these are seraphim drawn here.
Mhm.
But
Do-
even if they weren't, even if we were to say there were some real animal, they can't be pterosaurs because they have feathered wings.
They do,
Mhm.
right?
Like those don't
Feathers.
look like pterosaur wings.
Also, there's the head doesn't look anything like.
I mean, the one on the left looks like a cartoon meme head that
Literally,
you'd see of a
these
kid's cartoon
are-
today.
A lot of these are stylized snakes, some
Yeah.
of which are cobras. And you know what cobras have? Hoods.
Oh,
And you
I
know
can
what's
see it
in
now
those
that you say
hoods?
it.
The little spinies
Mhm.
sometimes that are in their hoods.
Mhm.
Those might look like wings if you find them just in bones form.
Interesting.
I think their hoods are modified ribs, but I guess
Oh
you
yeah, I
could
mean
think
snakes
they were.
mostly ribs, I think, but it's like they have cobras commonly in this area, and you can find them alive or not.
Mhm.
Some of them are decayed, but if these are representing real animals, then sphinxes are real.
Mm.
You can't pick and choose because there's a lot of sphinx art. The sphinxes in like Babylon look a little bit different than the one in Egypt, but they're both real because these are real.
I didn't know there were different styles of sphinxes, to be honest with you. I think I'm
Yeah.
only familiar with the Egyptian one.
I think the Babylonian ones are cooler looking.
I will look them up.
That's just me though.
All right.
Okay. Let's get this rolling.
Now, you might know that some people in the past lived in caves. Sometimes people ask me if I believe in cavemen. There were men who lived in caves. Yes, I believe that. Yes. In fact, Lot, Abraham's nephew, lived in a cave for a while, according to Scripture. So, yes. People,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's a
what
fun
happened with
story.
that story, huh?
Right.
You and me,
Are you-
same
are you-
page.
Are you familiar with the story, Doc Dino?
I am not. I am not.
I'll read that later.
Oh
I'll
no.
read it later.
Yeah, it's it's a bit it's maybe not so NSFW.
It's salacious.
Ah,
It's a pretty
Interesting.
salacious story. So yes.
Mhm.
But
Lot
what-
dwelled in a cave Yeah, and then what?
Yeah.
lived in caves, and sometimes they would draw on the cave walls. I always thought maybe it was the kids that did that. I don't really know. Stop writing on the wall.
And do we have dinosaurs on
And they would
cave
draw
walls?
things like human beings and buffalo, and occasionally things that would resemble dinosaurs. It's quite
Oh,
fascinating.
crap.
Oh my
So here's a
God.
photograph of what appears to be a sauropod dinosaur. It doesn't.
Do you
No.
see something there? Oh,
No.
it's kind of
Not with the,
He's
not
saying
without
that
the
this-
outline, right?
Scrape right here is supposed to be a sauropod head, and that there's his body and tail, and that this is one leg, there's another leg, and then I guess this is the first, and that's a really horrifically not proportional front leg.
It's like the horse people use to represent like Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Like it starts out beautiful and then it turns into a doodle.
Yes.
Yes, that's what this is.
Okay, genuinely, I have no idea what the context for this thing is.
Kind of does look like an anteater, though.
But
Oh, yeah, the other way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that,
like
that
his head would
genuinely
be.
just looks like sorry,
His
it
head would
genuinely
be down
looks
here.
like discoloration in a rock to me.
It could be,
Oh.
right? Like it kind of looks
mean-
like that.
It could be. I don't have a problem with this being some kind of like scratchy carving
Sure.
or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's way
Well,
more likely to, if it's a real animal, it's way more likely to be an anteater than it is a freaking sauropod.
I mean, I was going to say, it
Pareidosaur.
looks like it might be a discoloration on a rock, but then someone,
Yeah.
it looks like someone scratched the rock with another rock to make those white lines surrounding the discoloration.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. That is very much what that looks like. Because this is just like a stick. There's no like thick neck here. This is just a big like stick, and I think that's just discoloration in the rock right through here. This is like a vein or a seam. But I'm not a geologist. So, yeah, this is a Pareidosaurus.
A Pareidosaurus. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Show up well in the PowerPoint, except we enhanced it for you on the right, so you can see that. But once you see it on the right, you can see it on the left.
Pareidolia.
There's another one. This is from Natural Bridges National Monument, Utah. They say it's hard to photograph, but when
okay.
you're there, it's obvious. It's just a very obvious.
That one I know about.
Long
All
back
right,
line.
let's
So
hear.
for,
Talk to
Let's
us.
hear it.
so for that one, there is actual art there. They're ignoring some of the lines in it, and they're grouping in an actual just discoloration in the rock as
Okay,
part of the art.
of course.
Also, this what picture quality is this? This looks like this literally looks like something you fished out of the toilet. Like there are actual quality pictures of this thing.
Like, to me, it looks like someone drew a snake. And then whatever's going on down here, those are just features of the rock. Those aren't stubby little feet. But maybe I'm just not there in person. Maybe it's like super obvious if I'm standing right in front of it.
Maybe.
Oh wow,
This
there's some
one.
beautiful petroglyphs
There are some
there.
sculptures in France that they call them salamanders, but you can see
Those are just lizards. They're regular like creatures that we find in real life. I mean, to me, that
Mhm.
looks like a monitor lizard. Maybe it's a salamander. I don't know. It's difference in scale, really.
So it kind of does, but also like the image in the top right, so that comes from the image on the left, that can't be a dinosaur because it has overlapping scales. Dinosaur scales are not like that. Except
We
for
do
the
have
except for the
um,
scales on birds' feet, they can do that to a degree, but they're modified feathers. It's weird.
and like the little bumpy skin. That's still going today. We also have impressions of like bumpy skin from these fossils. So these are reptiles. This is ridiculous.
they're scaly
Um,
creatures. They're apparently reptiles. Some of them are fire breathing, which is kind of interesting.
Again, this looks like a monitor lizard.
Yeah.
Like, why
it
are we
does.
calling? What?
Not just
Also-
fire breathing. Is that
It's
like
on fire.
fire coming on? It's on. It seems to me on fire to me too. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
Oh, I know. I get it. This is burning Godzilla. My bad.
Oh, okay.
It's a sick ass carving though.
Right. This does look very cool. But,
It really is.
Komodo dragons, don't they have venom
They
that
do.
like they use to incapacitate prey?
Yeah, their venom prevents blood from clotting.
Okay.
So it helps things bleed out and like get infected, stuff like that.
Yikes.
Eric Mickelson says here, I think this is the sauropod picture. Upon close inspection by Center and Cole, the sauropod dinosaur turned out to be made up of distinct carvings and mud stains. So
I think that was the image that was like red to hell.
Mhm.
Really
Yeah.
crappy.
the examination reveals that the neck and back of Dinosaur 1 are a composite of two separate petroglyphs, and its legs are natural mud or mineral stain. So it's like it's like Jesus on a piece of toast, basically, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There's the citation.
Thank you, sir. Very good.
Muchas gracias. I'm still trying
Also,
to find the
I
first
very
sauropod
much-
thing they showed.
I agree with the
okay.
chat that this is a stylized tongue. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
with flames coming out of its body, but
not
yeah,
the,
this to me is a stylized tongue.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's
They
fair.
do be having very long tongues.
All right. Press play.
We know from scripture that's possible. And they resemble certain known types of dinosaurs very well.
Resemble that at all.
Very
There are
well.
ancient tapestries.
The
that have-
legs are completely different. One
Yeah,
has
sorry, can
stubby
you go
legs
back
and
a
that one has. Okay, let me scrub back.
Ugh. Look at you.
Oh,
This thing
what is
came right
happening?
out of the 1930s.
Yeah, he looks concerned.
It does.
But like, look how long these limbs are compared to the rest of its body. Okay, just keep that in your brain.
I mean, they're too small.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, for Plateosaurus, those are too small. Like, that's just a really old, weird Plateosaurus drawing that he probably just picked his as a similar pose, but that's inaccurate as all hell.
well, you know, creationists, they're always on the cutting edge of 150 years old. You know, research. They're always at
Yeah.
least, 70 years out of date or more.
I think Plateosaurus is nearing 200 years old.
Oh,
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
named in 1913.
anybody that
Uh.
has seen a medieval bestiary will tell you we know draw animals good. Okay.
Or
Like,
just
If
like
you know the
medieval
history of the
cats.
leopard, they literally thought it was a lion, Leo, and a pard. There's an animal called a pard, and they were like, no, it's a hybrid between these two. Leopard. This is the whole thing. Look it up. It's
Oh, wow.
it's so
Really?
bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And if you look at older drawings of whales, they have like a spout. It looks like a tiny little, almost like the mashed potatoes in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's like a small version of that coming out of its head, and it's a spout that shoots water. And it's like, whales? Why? It's so weird. Oh,
Tapestries that have interesting creatures on them, including creatures that look like dinosaurs.
Aw,
What
he's
dinosaur would that be?
cute.
he is
But
cute. Looks like a Pokemon.
what is that even supposed to be? What is that supposed to
You
be?
know what?
What's he gonna say?
I think
it
it's-
is?
It's Littlefoot, isn't it? That looks like Littlefoot.
It's Littlefoot. But Littlefoot was a sauropod. He wouldn't have individual toes.
I don't.
like
Yeah, this thing. I don't know. This thing looks like it's like. I'm looking at the. It doesn't really have legs so much as like those look like flippers to me. Like he's like a swimmy little guy. I don't know.
called
is
little
I don't think this is a
gangrene
real
'cause it
animal.
looks like it should die.
Yeah, I don't think this is
awful.
a real animal. Again, if you look at a medieval bestiary, you will not recognize a lot of those animals just
Wait, it's
without anybody telling you.
it's vaguely it looks vaguely horse-like to me with scales. Maybe it's a kelpie.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just
Okay,
stretching at things.
could
I have
see
no
it.
idea.
It's a Pokemon. Come on, y'all.
Oh,
Now, dinosaur fossils weren't found until the 1800s. So these were
That's not true.
no.
That's
Wait,
not true.
come on.
Mm-mm.
Like you can't
That is
tell
not
me
true.
that people since like time immemorial have been looking at this shit going, wow, look at that.
Gutsit Gibbon just put out a 4-hour plus video on the
Jeez.
history of like dinosaur bones and
Really?
paleontology, a lot of this other stuff going on.
I still have to
People were
watch it,
finding
but I'm
bones
excited too.
well before the 19th century. Maybe
Mhm.
the word dinosaur didn't exist. then,
is
but
that
people were
it?
Finding these creatures, and the thing that she describes is that people could not believe that God would let animals go extinct. They're like, well, this kind of looks like animals we recognize, but we don't see any. We're not really sure why, but it couldn't possibly be that they're extinct. That's just not possible. God wouldn't let animals go extinct. He created everything very good. So it took a very long time for people to come around to even the concept of species extinction
Wow.
being a thing.
And
Yeah.
and one
I
of
didn't
the
know that.
things that finally tore it was the discovery of Mosasaurus.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she
Um,
talks about that.
Yeah, just finding
More
this
than one.
giant lizard skull in a quarry in France.
Hang on one sec, I got it.
You're doing
Yep.
it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like, wait, that doesn't. What the heck is going on here? And they found like I think
Wow.
multiple skeletons or
yeah,
multiple
we found a
remains,
few.
and they were just like, okay, we have to admit something's going on here. We don't see these anywhere. Something happened. We don't know
Because
what.
it's like a monitor lizard, but it's the size of a whale.
It's the size of a whale.
Right.
Like this isn't a
crazy.
weird elephant.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could not miss these things. And it brought about the idea of extinction, which was fundamental
Mhm.
to the theory of evolution. And
Yep.
I'm sure Erica goes into all of
Yeah,
that.
and
but I
she
think
she ties this into geology because those
Mhm.
were going in parallel. And they were like, okay, well, we're studying geology. We were starting to realize, oh, the Earth is really old. It's old as balls. We're finding evidence like of, oh, there's different types of rocks. We're starting to figure out how they form. We're like seeing evidence of catastrophes, and all of these things are feeding into each other. And it's like, oh, okay, well, if there's a catastrophe, maybe that's why we don't find these animals anymore. Blah 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 blah. And like these things build on each other. So it's the accumulation of knowledge and study. So yeah, I can't believe I sat there and watched the whole thing. I watched it at 1.5 speed, but I learned so much stuff I had no idea about. People in Sicily were walking
I'm
around and found
excited to
extinct
watch it
elephant
now.
skulls and invented cyclops. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, hey, thank you, Gordon Loves Science. Gordon just gifted 5 Kip Davis memberships. So
Yay.
those of you
Thank
that just
you.
got them can now use
Very
the
nice.
Mud Kip Davis emoji in the chat, among a couple others.
Vish really likes
Wasn't
that
the dodo
one.
one of the first examples? I mean, it was a example of modern, like, human caused.
I guess the
extinction.
awareness, also probably the awareness of extinction too, right? It's
Yeah, I mean,
is my guess.
humans as they went around and just decided, oh, I can live here now. They just decided to exterminate animals that they felt were an inconvenience or a nuisance.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this,
and like the thing is, like the extinction of the dodo, like people paint the dodo as this dumb bird, and
dodo,
they probably
Yes,
weren't
I've seen Ice
spectacularly
Age.
intelligent, but
neither are
they had no
chickens.
natural predators, and then settlers arrived, and people didn't like to eat them apparently because they tasted terrible,
But
or like the meat was really tough. But that doesn't matter to cats who love bird eggs and pigs
yes.
and mice.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing with was it quokkas? They're so cute and they're very friendly because they don't really have any predators. So when humans show up, they're like, "Oh, okay, what's up?"
They
Why would
look
they- why
super
would they be afraid of
friendly.
you?
And they
Yeah.
look super friendly. Quokkas, quokka mothers will throw their babies at potential predators as a defense mechanism.
She can always have more. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. She'll just pop that thing and
Wow.
be like, "Yeet!"
These were drawn long before that by people who apparently saw the actual animal, and they do
No,
resemble known
that's
kinds of
not-
dinosaurs.
no!
That appears to be
That's not even close.
Hey, it's a
One,
Myosaurus.
One, that's an awful drawing. Two, that's misspelled.
Yeah.
3, just no.
Why
That's
can't they get
Myosaura.
wrists correct?
I-
Yo.
Was this an AI generated Myosaurus?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's some kind of credit down here, but that doesn't seem to be AI generated. Like,
that
it's
looks
good
almost like an
enough.
old toy.
yeah, it's good enough that I don't think AI would be able to make this, but also it's one of those common things about the wrists with theropods. People it's Jurassic Park too. They have like the hanging limp wrist. That's not how wrists work. Like,
So hadrosaurs are one of the only groups of dinosaurs that could pronate their wrists. But with that said, that's not what a Myosaurus.
Yeah.
That's not what
Yeah.
a Myosaurus hands look like.
Woggle by the Dutch.
So
Bark I love that. That's great.
that's great. isn't
Thanks,
it?
Dutch. Such a fun language.
Yeah.
That's how you spell my.
a juvenile,
Not how you spell
perhaps a
Maya.
Myosaurus. This particular sculpture is from China. It's thought to be 4,000 years old. This is thought to go back to the time of Job. Pretty amazing. And you look
Hey, real
As-
quick,
as we
Doc Dino,
discussed.
while I'm shedding on this, can you just pull up a Triceratops or Ceratopsian of really any kind, just full body? That'd be great. While I'm doing this,
Sure.
so while Doc Dino pulls up a proper rendering of a Ceratopsian, notice that this horn may or may not reflect the way that some Ceratopsians had their horns. But what I really want people to pay attention to is the tail.
The tail that looks like a duck.
The tail that has maybe like a little poof at the end,
Yeah.
and the snout that's, again, this is a snout. That's not like the parrot beak thing that a lot of the Ceratopsians seem to have.
Very
So,
importantly,
picture the
Job was writing
long
these.
the long tail, and then look at the tail of a Ceratopsian. Does that look anything like the correct tail?
No. The
No.
emerald the jade statue has also has like a back fin thing happening too, doesn't it?
Mhm. Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
I tried to find this thing.
Oh.
I could not find it except in creationist blogs. I don't know if this is a real thing or if this is just a thing a creationist carved. I can't find it in any museum or anything.
It's as
Or
realistic
maybe-
as it sounds.
It's like a, or maybe this is like a plastic Pokemon toy that
This
someone
let's see
brought
the
home.
It could be.
caption. Let me see if I can embiggen it for myself here. Darn it. Sorry.
important point from Ken Scaletta that we talked about last time Doc Dino was here. No, Job is nowhere near 5,000 years old or even 4,000 years old. Job was written during the Persian period.
When was that?
The Persian period, so like 400 BCE. Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay.
it's about 2,400 years old. The Book of Job.
That's the oldest book in the Bible. Also, Job was from China, clearly. It says
Obviously,
the
well,
East.
that's according to one Kent Hovind, I believe, isn't it? that drove us from China. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I can't find this figurine anywhere except for creationist blogs, so I'm just gonna go out on a very short limb and go fake.
Oh, not only that, I found an almost identical one carved from a different kind of rock on a creationist blog picture.
This is
On a creationist blog picture.
allegedly from the Hongshan culture, but when I pull up actual carvings from the Hongshan culture, they don't look anything like that. They look like they have pig heads and then dragon bodies. Like,
oh yeah, look at that.
that's an actual like Hongshan figure.
Wow.
I hate these freaking pop-ups. Bye. But yeah, and then like here's another one. They don't look anything like whatever the heck.
Nothing at all,
Yeah.
right?
So I think that's fake.
I was also gonna say for an object that's 4,000 years old, it looks to be in remarkably good condition.
I mean,
On the basis
jade
of this
preserved
picture.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be preserved pretty well.
Like, there's a lot of
I don't know.
artifacts we find that were buried with old emperors. They seem in really good condition.
Okay. All right.
I don't know that that's pristine, but
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is fake until they can produce the actual figurine in an actual collection or museum or whatever. This is fake. I'm just
with proper documentation, which they never have.
and provenance. Yeah. So yeah, fake.
Get it, and it's like that is just so obviously a ceratopsian dinosaur, perhaps a Centrosaurus or a monoclonius.
Fake. No.
See, he's even got
Yeah.
Sorry, monoclonius. But monoclonius hasn't been valid since like 1890.
Creationists
Dude.
always on the cutting edge. And here's another Hongshan turquoise dragon. Fake.
That doesn't look like any of the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, fake. Produce the collection that this is in, Jason.
Eric Mickelson
Yeah, well,
says, when I image search it, all the results are toys after the creationist Instagram result.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm seeing too.
Tree Clan Testals. What if it's in Carl Baugh's museum? Exactly. Then it's uber fake.
Oh.
3D printed. It's not 3D printed unless they spent actual time sanding and filling it before they painted it.
Yeah.
That's the cosplayer in me. It's like 3D prints don't look that smooth. You have to spend a lot of time, or you have a very, very expensive printer to get no real visible lines.
I mean, we have actual instances of this happening, right? This is the Peruvian, was it Peru?
Inca stones.
The Inca stones, yeah. Where people are just manufacturing things to sell to gullible white people. Right? Like that's it. That's all they're doing.
I mean,
so
yeah.
Woo. Also, Hongshan dragons are called pig dragons because they have a pig head and like a snaky dragon body, as I showed. So yeah, these are fake. These are like ultra mega super fake. Let's see, what was the other one? Yeah, China's notorious for doing a booming business and carving whatever people are willing to buy. And yeah, that's my Team U dinosaur toy.
And from China, again, 4,000 years old. Looks a lot like a Protoceratops.
I have a little Spinosaurus figurine that looks like that same style that I got from a gift shop out in Wyoming.
Y'all,
Nice.
if they saw a Protoceratops, they would not have given it a snout. Okay, look.
No.
This
Not
is
like
like a little chompy beak. It looks like what's the pliers that you can use that like cut wire, and that's a snout.
But
I mean,
have you?
That's a Protoceratops. Where are the little horns coming out of the side of its cheeks?
I mean, it also just like that's not how a Protoceratops. That's not its proportions. That's not how its back or its tail looks. Protoceratops actually has a really distinct, interesting looking tail.
It's a very meaty, beefy looking tail.
It's like weirdly high. It's almost like it has a sail on a tail.
But have you guys considered that ancient people are bad at art?
I mean, we kind of are. People are, unless you train for many years, we're not just naturally great. And yeah, it's not like a turtle. That's kind of what it looks like. With giant eyes.
Oh,
there's still just like obvious details that like you don't have to be good at art to get them right. Like it has a big fan-like tail there. And that thing just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a 1940s dinosaur toy, which is probably
kind of does.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. I think it's also fake because he in the caption also has Hongshan turquoise dragon. No, it's not. It's not a pig dragon. So ridiculous.
Kind of amazing. Bishop Bell's tomb in Carlisle Cathedral. Now we know when this guy died. He was buried, and that's his tomb, and that was in the year 1496, long before any dinosaur fossils had been found.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
What?
Yeah.
People found fossils. They didn't call them dinosaurs.
I mean, going back to China, like people have been writing about finding what we now know to be dinosaur fossils in China for literally thousands of years. And we know this because they're found in the same places that dinosaur fossils are found today.
Nice.
And, like, they're
Right?
huge
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah, and like if this is in 1496, that happens to be right in the smack center of like my historical hyperfixation. Documentation was not rare for things. People wrote stuff down constantly in the 15th century. So I don't know where he's going with this, but it's probably going to be somewhere very dumb.
And you'll see along the sides of his tomb, there are these brass strips. You see those? There's one on the bottom too, but it's been worn off due to time. There's normally a carpet that goes over that, and people walk along, apparently preferentially the bottom part of that, and it's worn off with time. But the other three brass strips remain, and there are carvings of animals in them. Here's some examples: a bat, a dog.
Okay. Again, these aren't like Michelangelo level carvings here, people.
Yeah. It's a very
So-
interesting dog.
It is
can't even
like
see the
that is
bat
it.
because he has such crappy pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flash
that-
just blotting out half of it.
I
The
have
bat, you
to
can
I have
barely
to
see.
I have to agree here with Duck Dino that like that's a weird looking dog.
I mean, it's
Not
kind of greyhoundy.
I mean, I guess a fat greyhound with really short little front legs, but
It's
maybe
crouched. Like I think
the-
there's a bend.
you know,
in
The
the-
fish looks like it has
here.
horns.
has
I mean,
what?
again, like I said, this might be a catfish. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Probably not. There's scales there. But yeah, these are not Michelangelo level.
No.
The fish, the bird, they're a little stylized, but they're pretty clear.
They're
You
not
can tell what they
stylized. They're
are.
just crappy. It's fine.
And then there's these guys.
Oh my.
Okay, look. Whatever's going on with the tail here, that a head?
It kind
Are-
of looks
are
like it,
these
doesn't
spikes? These are not sauropod feet, by the way. Those are like big cat type legs and paws.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah.
And if he wasn't such a shit photographer, maybe we could see what was on these intertwined necks and faces. Maybe don't put a flash directly on a reflective surface, dude.
Which bishop was this?
Oh, rats. Did he even mention him?
Bishop
Uh,
Bell's tomb in Carlisle Cathedral.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, it's like, look at the detail of the lettering here. Excellent quality. Okay. Calligrapher's dream. These animals are like, eh. And yeah, this this is exactly what I was saying. They've got heads on their tails.
That's what I
Like,
saw. That's what I
what's
saw.
even happening here? Like, the best I'm gonna give you is maybe ignore the front head, these look like maybe the posts you would draw on like a lion's tail, like the end. Because these do look like big cat feet.
Here, I got an
And
actual
wouldn't you know
picture.
it?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, okay. hang on.
They're eroded to all hell.
Oh my God! Right?
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So I
and
guess
no-
he. Wow.
Huh. They can be whatever
So-
you want them to be.
Okay. Yeah, this could be whatever you want.
Sure.
Honestly, that compared to this is this top one is what is actually there.
Yeah.
Can't see shit. Down here,
He's
they're
got
just
a
making this
digital
up. This is just
enhancement.
vibes.
Yeah.
Just vibes. Oh yeah, John Goodrum saying bad camel.
Hmm.
Eh,
Camels don't really
camels
have
don't have
super
tails like
long
that.
tails though.
They also
So-
don't have two heads.
well, heads on their tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Lyle. God. Okay, we're so close to the end.
Isn't that interesting? And
That's the word
No,
for it.
that is not what the complete left creature looks like. These little lines right here
Mhm.
are not on the original. Those
Mhm.
are not
Yep.
there. That has been worn away because these are not very deep carvings.
Yep.
And just what the hell is going on with this tail face thing?
Oh, I think I know what he's going to say it is. I think he's going to say it's a sauropod called Shunosaurus.
Oh god.
It has
okay.
a
on the
club
tail, which we
spike.
only recently discovered in the fossil evidence. There's a temple in Cambodia. We think this goes
No, this is
Oh,
a
no, not even
hippopotamus.
maybe.
This has been debunked so many times. I am so tired of people using this.
back to around
I thought
the
it
year
was
It's like
rhino.
Angkor
800
Wat, I think.
AD.
Hold on a sec.
And it's
What
got
was that?
carvings of human.
This is in Cambodia. I think the temple, it's in Angkor Wat, which is a very
Yeah.
popular tourist spot. That is a hippopotamus.
I
It
thought
is
it was a rhino.
impossible to be a stegosaurus.
I thought it was a Cambodian rhino.
Oh yeah, it could be the rhino too. Sorry, thank you. But there's a little knob that some people say is the
beings
horn.
and
Yeah.
various animals.
This is a bad angle.
And one of the carvings.
You know
Yep.
what Stegosaurus famously has that this carving does not? Come on, Doc. I know
Thagomizer.
you know this. Thagomizer. That's right. Spiky tail. That is probably the second most distinct part of a Stegosaurus. Is the spiky tail. There's
it
not-
also doesn't have a big ass blocky head like that. It doesn't have external ears. Doesn't have a horn.
Go ahead and pull up a picture of a Stegosaurus, or I should say a rendering of a Stegosaurus. But yeah, this is either the Cambodian rhino. Like again, this is a bad angle. You can't really see the knob on the head, or it's possibly a hippo. So
he's probably
it is not.
going to show us a picture of a Stegosaurus.
possibly, but I want us
Hopefully.
to see one
Yeah,
before he
let's
does.
see.
It,
Oh,
because
Yep.
He's
I got
probably gonna-
one.
do a stupid
right.
thing.
Here's a
Okay.
stunning.
Oh my
rendition.
God.
How tiny the
Jeez.
head
Like-
is.
yeah, there's just nothing.
Look how
There's
little
just
bitty, and it's also
nothing.
kind of snaky. Like it has a neck, a proper neck.
Yeah.
And again, Thagomizer, spiky tail,
Also long tail, by the way.
long
yeah,
tail,
Point that
right.
which
Holy
makes
cow.
sense. If you have a melee weapon, you need to be able to swing it around.
Mhm.
My goodness. Okay, so note again: long tail, spiky tail, tiny little head on a long neck.
Mhm.
Right, just keep that
Also,
in mind.
Just for
Does
the
not look
record, that
anything
art was,
like this. No.
Sorry, that art was by Fred Wierum, one of my favorite paleo artists of all time. He does stunning.
It is. It really is
Very nice.
awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, knowing what a Stegosaurus actually looks like, this is in no possible way a Stegosaurus.
No.
Okay, look at that big head, no spiky tail. It's giving Bounty Ball cursed.
Jeremiah says it's giving Moneyball curse tablet. I think he's talking about the brass strips.
Yeah, the brass
But yes,
Yes.
definitely. So if you're
Very
not sure, Doc Dino, the Monoball
Yes.
curse tablet is
Mhm.
a piece of lead that's about 2 by 2 centimeters that was found in the dump piles of an old archaeological excavation, and so the people who found it had it tomographically scanned, and it's got striations on the inside because it's been, it's lead and
Tossed
it's
around
been
and
pressed
scratched,
shut,
yeah.
And they read the striations and the marks in them and came up with like a whole set of sayings. It's quite something. But if you, it's
'Cause
insane.
it doesn't.
Just hearing that
doesn't-
reminds me of those like lead swords that were found in like the American Southwest
Yeah.
that have
These have
Hebrew
dinosaurs
from a
on 'em. Take us
textbook
somewhere, remember?
engraved in them.
Yes. What's funny about that curse tablet, quote unquote, it doesn't have any characteristics of writing that we know of. It doesn't go in lines or like arches or
Like
columns.
clusters.
It's just scattered everywhere. It's like
Yes.
Scrabble pieces just dumped on a thing. Like,
Oh, nuts.
so ridiculous.
It's
Also,
yeah.
Bitsai says, serving curse tablet. This is the only stream anywhere you can hear that phrase.
We are proud of that fact.
That's very true.
Very much. Sorry.
Oh,
Looks like that.
Damn
Looks
it.
like one of the plated dinosaurs, like a stegosaurus.
it literally
Oh!
does not.
Pete, oh my God, his picture doesn't. Yeah, his picture doesn't look anything like it.
Also,
No.
that tail's really bad. It should be more like up off the
Yeah,
ground.
I think that's
But
from
yes,
the 80s. A lot of the ones from the 80s look like that.
yeah.
Stegosaurus has seen a lot of news like in the last decade or two. So anytime you see creationists peddling an old reconstruction, it's
This is a bit on the
Yeah,
nose.
they're just dishonest and they're lazy. Like if he showed somebody that on the street and go, "Are these the same?" I hope the person would just look at him like he's a complete idiot. Serving curse tablet.
It's part of the lore
That's
now.
so good. Yes.
Perhaps. Pretty interesting.
No.
The Australian Aborigines have a legend of a creature that lives, they think it still lives in Lake Galilee in northern Queensland of Australia there. They call it Yaru. They don't know what a plesiosaur is, but that's their painting of Yaru. Isn't that fascinating? Apparently one
now that
Can
I'm
he
not familiar
provide the
with at
date?
all.
Can he? I've seen this before. Can he provide the date? Who discovered it and when? Was this pre or post contact with Christianity and Christian settlers? And was this pre or post discovery of like plesiosaurs?
So I'm looking it up. I'm seeing
Because it's really, really weird to me that whoever painted this did a really good 3-flippered plesiosaur, allegedly, and shitty little stick figures. That's weird.
Okay, let's see.
Because I've seen Kent Hovind use this. Look, there's another one of the little tribes members in its stomach, and they're trying to kill it to get their man back.
So the only place I'm like the only never mind, there it is. Okay, creation.com.
Okay.
The only place I was seeing information about the Yaru was like
Creationist.
fandom wiki.
Okay.
At first.
Does that mean there's
Yaru.
fanfic? There's like monster fucker fanfic of the Yaru. There has to be.
Okay, all I'm seeing is creationist shit again.
That's
I don't even know if
Okay,
this is like an
good.
actual
wait.
legend or if it's just creationist
Great.
shit.
So then, you know what? Until we can find actual non-creationist sources, I'm gonna call this fake too.
had died and they opened it,
definitely
up.
doesn't
You can see
look
the
like
digestive
old
tract there.
Aboriginal
So,
art. I can say
You can
that.
see the flippers. The fourth one's underneath it, so you can't see it. But the 4-flippered, long-necked, aquatic.
That's not 4-flippered. There's literally 3 flippers, dude.
Well, he
Where's
says
the fourth flipper?
He says the one is underneath the body there.
Why would it be under the body?
Well,
Flippers
because
don't
it's like,
work like
I mean,
that.
it just it lost it. I guess it's a 3-flippered
Okay.
plesiosaur.
Working my flippers to the bone in the creationist minds.
Tile. Pretty interesting. Looks an awful lot like a plesiosaur. There's a legend in the African Congo of a creature the natives call Mokele Mbembe.
Oh my
That's their name for it. And if you show them a picture of that animal, they'll say Mokele Mbembe. If you show them a picture of
Yeah, it turns out if you ask a lot of leading questions and you give them pictures of stuff to pick out, they're going to go that one.
Yeah.
And now
also
the
just
whole
sensationalized to make money off of
yes.
gullible tourists.
Right, yeah.
And the culture's been so polluted by Westerners coming in hunting for dinosaurs that you can't even get like accurate historiography or what is it, like folklore and stuff on this. Great, thanks. Yeah. See, this is a thing I knew about that. That's an actual like mythological creature that I've heard of from the Aboriginal people. It's the bunyip. People always forget about the bunyip when they're doing cryptid lists. Respect for my bunyips there.
bear, they'll go, I don't know. Because they've never seen one.
Why would there be bears in the freaking African Congo? Did I mishear? What the?
No, I think.
But they've seen that, apparently. They claim it kills elephants.
Okay.
Eyewitness reports are as recent as 1990.
Yeah, that's
and then they
like
stop.
30 some odd years ago.
So it might be gone now, sadly. But it makes me feel very old to know that my life might have overlapped with a dinosaur.
Your life does overlap with dinosaurs. You eat chickens.
Yes.
Rah! Tree Clam Dad says they also claim I kill elephants.
And there are lots of these legends of various creatures, like monsters and so on.
I think.
Do you want to stop there or?
Yeah, maybe we might. We probably we're almost done, so it's probably more of the same.
Okay.
And we're coming up on almost 5 o'clock here. So
yeah.
Fun fact.
Are you gaming?
Indigenous people will often lie to credulous outsiders because it's funny.
It is, especially if they pay you.
Oh my God. I remember doing this, right? Like when I was in grade 9, we did a like a student trip. It was like an exchange trip where we went to Newfoundland and spent like 2 weeks there, going like hanging out and going to school with like Newfie kids from one of the local schools in St. John's, and then they came to Calgary where I lived, and we did the same thing, and we told all the kids in Newfoundland that all of us, because outside of Calgary, it has the reputation for being, it's called Cowtown because of the Calgary Stampede, because there's like a huge beef economy there, and like cowboys, like it's, Western shit, that kind of stuff. So we just told everybody that we all have cows living in our backyards. That's what we did because it was funny, because I was in grade 9 and it was fun to watch my Newfie friends going, really? And to come and go, where's the cows? Right? Because we're a bunch of goddamn liars who thought it was hilarious to watch this happen. So, yeah, people do this shit.
We did in Alabama. We would get new students from like maybe out of the state or from a different part of the South, and we would say, have you ever been snipe hunting?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to end that. Okay. Yeah, snipe hunting, cow tipping. People took the jackalope. That was seriously for a while. That was the thing. Is jackalope. Yeah, they can't handle stick figure boobs.
Jackalope's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Simone's got a story. With the help of an Australian friend, I got some Americans to think not only drop bears were real, but that there were drop birds in New Zealand, because New Zealand had not mammals and birds at all. to fill
That's so
Great.
the same ecological niche as drop bears in Australia. That's very clever, Simone. Well done.
amazing. Amazing. I love that.
Many of us have been snipe hunting. Many of us.
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It just wow. So I mean that was some fun creationist bullshit. And we learned some new dinosaur stuff, which was cool. So thank you for that, Duck Dino.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Not as much
always.
Bible stuff this time. I feel sad.
Oh well. We did get to look at seal impressions of Seraphim, though, which was
Sure.
all right. So yeah, so let us know. Remind us again where you are, where people can find you, and the stuff that you do. People should go and subscribe if you haven't already.
Thank you.
Anything you got coming up?
Sure. Hi, I'm Doc Dino. I talk dinosaurs. Not a doctor. Name is a parody of Kent Hovind's moniker. But I do like to teach people about dinosaurs and debunk creationists. I like to do both. Also talk about rocks. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at, I believe, noon Eastern with Dapper Dino. He's going to join me for a couple hours before he does his show
Coming over
later
to
in the
now.
day.
Yeah.
All right.
We are going to be continuing we're going to be covering a presentation kind of like this one, except much more aggravating to us personally. We're going to be talking about why birds are definitely not dinosaurs for sure.
Wow. Okay.
But other than that, I'm also working on a few videos.
Okay.
So going to be talking about dinosaurs and stuff. But
Awesome.
that's all for now.
That's cool. All right.
Cool.
So, as mentioned, Vish and I will be on with Dapper tomorrow after he's hanging out with Doc Dino on his channel. And what are we doing? Baraminology. We're doing baraminology tomorrow.
Yeah, he found real video this time.
Yeah. So come and check that out at 3:00 Eastern, noon Pacific. And then I will be back on this channel with Dr. Tapioca Weasel and Nitty for another installment of Budget Scripture Saturdays. And then I will be back on Thursday evening for my usual Hebrew reading stream with Rabbi Chana. But
Sweet.
there will be no stream on Friday next week. So I am just I'm taking it off. I've got a busy weekend, but I'm very excited about this. We're going to be back on the 10th of July with two special guests. Shang Tsai, Mindful Living, runs a channel. He's got a background in psychology and statistics and is doing some really, really good counter apologetic stuff. So he will be joining me along with CJ Cornthwaite, and we're going to be looking at some stuff by a truly appalling person named Trent Daughtry, who was formerly a philosophy professor at Baylor University before he was drummed out in disgrace, and it's all just as bad as you can imagine. And some of his ideas about probability and the resurrection and biblical studies. So come and hang out with Shang Tsai and CJ and Vish and me in 2 weeks from today. And I think that's it. That's it from me. You got anything going on, Vish? Or
just there's some crazy real life stuff. So
Yeah.
that's eating up a lot of what I tended to spend my other time on.
All right. Well, real life keeps happening, right? So
Doesn't it?
unfortunately. All right. I'm gonna find the outro here. And
Be
yeah,
excellent to each other.
yes, please do that. Stay safe, be good, and as always,
Hail Bratma.
Hatikva.